तिकडे आहेत ना बघ. इथं आतमध्ये काय नाही ना बघ. पेज सिंगल सिंगल पेज सिंगल पेज
जेवढे नावं तेवढं ना.
हे दादा आता एकत्र का ठेवलंय पाण्याचे
ह्या फोडलेलं नाही.
Volunteers, please call everybody inside. Volunteers. बाहेर उभे राहिले सगळ्यांना बोलवा आतमध्ये फक्त जस्ट कम ऑन फास्ट. कोणी दोघांनी जा पटकन.
All the delegates, they are requested to occupy their seats. Please be fast. Those who are outside the hall, they please come inside the hall and occupy the seats. मगर सर चेअरमन आहे, मगर सर आहेत कुठे? नाही ना कधी दिसत. येऊ बोलू कोण कोण तो कोण माणूस तयार करा आधी. Now after tea break, we are going ahead with the fourth session, the one of the most important sessions, that is research and development in the field of agriculture. And for this, chairman is Dr. S.S. Magar, ex-vice chancellor, Dr. Balasaheb Sawant, Konkan Krishi Vidyapith. I request Dr. Magar sir to come on the dais and please occupy the seat. The co-chairman of this session is Dr. S.A. Ranpise sir, Dean, Director of Instructions, as well as Associate Dean, Postgraduate Institute, MPKV Rowdy. Ranpise sir, you are requested to come on the dais and please occupy the seat. Similarly, I request Dr. Rajaram Deshmukh sir, ex-vice chancellor, Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith Parbani, as Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapith Rauri, as a panelist, and I request Dr. Rajaram Deshmukh sir to occupy the seat on the dais. Then I request Dr. Sanjay Ji Sawant sir, ex-vice chancellor, Dr. Balasaheb Sawant, Konkan Krishi Vidyapith. I request Dr. Sawant sir to come on the dais and please occupy the seat. Similarly, I request Dr. N.C. Rane sir, CEO, NRC Consultancy Services. I request him to occupy the seat. Similarly, I request Mr. Vinayak Kashid, the Executive Committee member, Dr. Balasaheb Sawant, Konkan Krishi Vidyapith, Dapoli, to come on the dais and please occupy the seat. Then I request the coordinators, Dr. S.D. Naik sir, Associate Dean, College of Agriculture and Fisheries, to come on the dais and please occupy the seat. And Dr. R.R. Rathod, as a. Please occupy the seat.
Take chair. Sir, maybe.
So welcome all after tree break. I request Dr. Patil sir to offer bouquet to Chairman sir, Dr. S.S. Mazhar sir. Please correct. I request Dr. V.K. Patil sir to offer bouquet to Chairman sir. Thank you, sir. Then I request again Dr. V.K. Patil sir to felicitate Dr. S.A. Ranpise sir, co-chairman, by offering shawl, Srifal, bouquet and university gift. Thank you, sir. Then again, I request Dr. V.K. Patil sir to offer bouquet to Dr. Rajaram Deshmukh sir. Thank you, sir. Then I again request Dr. V.K. Patil sir to offer bouquet to Dr. S.D. Sawant sir. Thank you, sir. Then I request V.K. Patil sir to offer shawl, Srifal, memento and university gift to Dr. N.C. Rane sir. Thank you, sir. Similarly, I request Patil sir again to offer bouquet to Kashid sir, who is the EC member of this university. So now I request Chairman sir to start the deliberations of this important theme, that is research and development in the field of agriculture. Thank you.
At the outset, I express my deep sense of gratitude to this institute and to a particularly Honorable Vice Chancellor and my senior respected colleagues. I welcome wholeheartedly for this specific topic, very interesting topic of research and development. Since morning, we were discussing earlier panel discussions. It was pertains to mostly education, quality education, and industry education, and skill development, etc., etc. A little part has been covered as far as the research is concerned, and this is a special, and I'm very happy that my left-hand side, who worked with me for a long time at this place. He's a horticulturist. Again, to left-hand side, Dr. Rajaram Deshmukh, R.B. Deshmukh, is a renowned world national pulse breeder. He is the most popular person amongst the farming community, particularly pulse farming community. Similarly, we have Kashiji, Rapporteurs, right-hand side, Raneji, and also colleagues by this particularly our senior person, ex-vice chancellor of this university, Dr. Sawant Desai. Whenever we think of, and again, most learned amongst audience whom I work with, Dr. Puri Saab, he was vice chancellor and I was director of instruction that time. He is with me. I'm really proud of such a great audience sitting in front of me. Now, as a research and development is concerned, normally we have to see the history, SWOT analysis. Since Swaminathan's era, 1970, 75, what we call the green revolutions. And what is today? Today, 135 million tons of food grain productions. We are, 330 million food grain productions. We are our country in India is self-sufficient country. Our country is self-sufficient. Out of which 135 million tons rice, 112 tons of wheat. And you would surprise, this country is one of the 5th leading country in exporting the food grain productions. How it has come up? It hasn't come all of us. It has got a great history and a devotion of our scientists. Our scientists, when we say SWOT analysis, this is a strength, no doubt. But see, what are the weaknesses? Weaknesses are there. I have brought some of the points, very interesting points as far as the weaknesses are concerned. It's mostly, see what is the, as far as the natural resources are concerned, which relates to production, productivity, all these things. We have 16-17% population, but hardly we have 2.8% land as compared to world. And how much water? 4.8%. That means 4.8% of water, 2.5% of land. We have to sustain a population of 1.4 billion. Almost 140 crores are likely to be 150, 60, whatever maybe. And that this is the real sense of a challenge. So when you say SWOT analysis, strength is one side and the threat is other side. It's the other thing. Now, what is the real situations? I think definitely in real situation, if you see the research, how much scientists back up as compared to developed countries. If we take as a United States, that means the almost they are covering, I will say the expenses first. How much they are spending? United States, they are spending $2.3 lakh per scientist per year. And Japan, almost $2 lakh. How much India is spending? Our country, in fact, this is hardly $1,750 something. So still we have to, I think 2 days back, Dr. Mangala Rai, he was at Aurangabad. And there was this seed conference, I think. It's a national seed conference. And he expresses, during his resign, he says, how much we were spending? In fact, is new challenges, certainly amount has to be increased. Number of population has to be, number of scientists has to be increased. So that is not happening. So in context of this research and development, I think hope, and in this international conference, these are some of the issues will be certainly discussed. But I tell you one thing, generally there was a feeling that only the advanced countries can support the world, what we call as the food production, and but Brazil and Bharat or India, these are the countries who have got the tremendous resources. Brazil number 1, India number 2. We are the richest people, richest countries in the world, and we have a talented scientist. I think one of the speakers told us, he says specifically emerging awareness among the farmers And the scientists, because of a NEP or highly technical education systems, because of intellectual, probably, definitely, we will be categorized between 3, 4, 5 years or 2020, we will be categorized under the lead countries, maybe number 3 or 4, something like that. So under these circumstances, we are discussing this research and development, and certainly with the era of Swaminathan, and subsequently the liberalization, privatization era of 1991, and now the present era of 2023, and the incoming era of 2030, which is the base period, which is a period for national NEP, National Education System, and particularly, I think one must go through the report prepared by, there are 2 reports always I am referring. One report is specifically, is prepared by Tej Pratap Ji. He is the Vice Chancellor of the Agriculture University, Technology University in Uttarakhand. He has got the National Agricultural Education Policy. And another report prepared by Dr. Puri, that is a new agriculture education policy in Maharashtra. These are the 2 reports, best reports, I think. Their indications have been given as per research. Only along with the education, indication has been given to research also. With this just briefing, let us start there. So I welcome, once again I welcome, and I think I will request the co-chairman to say a few words for that matter.
Thank you, sir. As Dr. Magar Sahib has rightly pointed out the important points in respect to development and research in case of education, higher education. I have one point, that is considering this entry and exit and the lower agriculture education starting from certificate course. No doubt Dr. Puri sir is in morning session elaborated the things. Also Dr. Deshmukh sir also highlighted the things. So considering the lower agriculture education starting from certificate course, so we have to think about the syllabus, particularly in agriculture, the practical oriented and field oriented syllabus and required residential requirement for these all courses. So we have to think about this residential requirement of each and every course, considering 1 year course, 2 years diploma, 3 year diploma, or degree or honors degree. So we have to think on that basis also. Another thing, that is rules and regulation, academic rules and regulation, considering the credit loads as well as this prerequisite courses and the jumping or the vertical movement of this diploma or lower agriculture student to the undergraduate and other things. So we have to think on that line also, and finalize this various syllabus for, particularly revise the syllabus as per NEP 2020. Thank you very much.
With this brief introduction again, I request Dr. Deshmukh Sahib to give a little bit more emphasis as far as the present scenario of research, agriculture research in our country.
Thank you, sir. Okay, it is really, I am thankful to the organizers that in the international conference on national education policy, we also provided this one session for discussing research. Before I go to research, I would like to indicate one more point here, that is about the multidisciplinary universities. What the new policy emphasizes is there should not be single subject universities like, say, veterinary university or University of Horticulture or Fisheries University, like that. But all the universities and even colleges now should have multidisciplines from different faculties. Fortunately, we have some faculties in each university. But I think that is not enough. In Maharashtra, probably this is the occasion when we should take advantage of this. For example, here at Dapoli, I think there is College of Agriculture, College of Agriculture Engineering, and maybe Forestry. Only three. Fishery is there, but not at campus. And at Rahuri, there is hardly postgraduate college for agriculture and BTech engineering. Lot of faculty is there. The heads of department, all senior faculties are there, but there is no undergraduate college. Or there is no college of agribusiness management, no college of biotechnology, no college of forestry, no college of so many horticulture and many other things. So this is one occasion that we should consider that different faculties of agriculture we should establish at our main campuses. By that, really the research will get a boost. There can be collaborative projects within university, between faculties. And then between universities and traditional universities that will be there. Okay, coming to research, all of us know that the university, agriculture universities have done marvelous job in agriculture research. It is not only education, unlike other universities, most of the other traditional universities and the higher education institutions have main emphasis on education, a little bit some research, postgraduate research or postdoctoral research is going on. But here, under ICR regime, we have a very good network of research projects spread over the country. If we talk of only Maharashtra, then we have, as you know, we have 4 agricultural universities, 9 agroclimatic zones, where more than 85 research centers are established, long back, right from 1911 onward. Then there are about 105 All India coordinated research projects, more than 200 non-planned research schemes being implemented at colleges and the research stations and main campuses. In addition, our scientists have 198 externally funded projects. So such a big research network. There is no much mention of research in new education policy. Probably as Dr. Puri Saab said in the morning, there was no expert from agriculture field involved while finalizing or formulating this policy. So for agriculture, research is equally important, and so we should not forget that. Hopefully, there is the present practice of All India coordinated projects or network projects and whatever it is will continue even with new education policy. Unless it is there, actually we will be the great sufferers then in agriculture. Though there is a mention of National Research Foundation that you can apply and get some competitive funding, etc., etc. But we know agriculture needs a long-term, multidisciplinary, multi-locational research network. So this competitive funding will not be be enough to cater to the needs of our farmers and industry. Now the demand from industry is also increasing now. Even the requirements of general public regarding food, their food habits are changing, their expectations are changing. So we ourselves, the universities, if there is no support from ICR, probably will not be enough to cater to the needs of all this. Now, what has been done, I will not like to talk about much about that, but that all of us know that it has converted the food importing country into food exporting country. That one sentence should be enough to justify what we have done during last 50, 70 years. However, one thing is clear that there are several new challenges before us. like say, I will say climate change. We see that everywhere, somewhere there is always say drought or maybe very long dry spells or maybe very heavy rains, torrential rains, floods, etc., etc. Hailstorms. So this new problem probably we'll have to now address in our research. Probably every university will have to have very strong agro-meteorology department. Now we are facing the global competition now in export of food material, not even only export, but many times there is fear that the certain things can be imported by government just to keep down your prices of food grain or oil or whatever it is. So this is another problem. Now there is an increasing demand for the insecticide or residue-free food, domestic as well as for export. Now all these things, so we'll have to develop certain good agriculture practices. Say for organic farming, we talk of organic and natural farming. Now we need to work for that. You cannot just, whatever technologies have been generated so far, just you put it organically in the field and you will get expected yield. It will not be like that. Now, so naturally you will have to develop varieties which can suit the organic farming. Varieties with lot of plasticity, having very wide adaptability and great stability, having good processing quality, having very high nutritional value, having resistance to biotic and abiotic stresses. So all these things probably will be on our agenda now hereafter. Similarly, you have to develop the excellent cropping systems which can withstand the this climate change. At the same time, will also meet the nutritional needs of human being, animal population, and also of industry. For example, the ethanol production now, ethanol or biofuel in general, or green energy, what we talk of, all these things should find place in our research. Also, we know now we are talking of robotics, drone technology, artificial intelligence. So these are the certain new areas which we need to address. And maybe many more, but processing industry is very much there now. We will have to give a lot of emphasis on food processing. That will be value addition and marketing. That is another challenge before us. So these are certain areas where we will have to emphasize. I think the time is the limit. I will not go beyond this. And so thank you, Chairman. Sir.
So thank you very much, Deshwar. You have given an excellent review of almost last 75 years, I tell you, as far as agriculture research is concerned. Now see the abiotic stress, biotic stress. About the biotic stress, we did a lot of work and we were successful, no doubt. Now the real challenge is the climate change and the climate change or climate resilient agriculture. Now, as far as food grain production is concerned, other things are concerned. Now, the second part is very equally important, and that is horticulture. I said earlier, 330 million tons of food grain production. At the same time, we get equal figure. Am I right, sir? You are expert, or more than that. Horticulture. 350 billion tons of horticulture, fruits and vegetables and whatnot. Earlier, I think a few years back, the people said only the occasionally we used to use the fruits. Now see the Dapoli market or any village market, you'll find sufficient all types of fruits. What to talk about apple grown in Jammu and Kashmir, readily available here. Banana, Jalgaon, other things readily available. We are number one as far as product is concerned in grape, I think. He's a grape expert. He was director of National Institute of Grape, particularly. It's wonderful. So I would request Dr. Sawant Saabji to give a highlight for the horticulture research subsequently and development also. We started from very small level and we reaching to a peak. This is your contribution, I think, sir.
Thank you very much. Oh, basically, I am having you both spoken. I have got a very little thing to tell, and many of my points probably I will be repeating. See, this session you are discussing about research and development. The first foremost basic thing which I would make a mention is that research goes on two important things. One is manpower, the other one is money. We require lots of manpower, we require lots of money. And unfortunately, in a present situation, we have trouble in both. So it's very, very difficult in the context of national education policy and so forth, if you are talking about these two things we should be generating or we should be providing. It's a very precarious situation. Since last almost 12 years or 13 years, probably the Maharashtra government has not recruited any manpower in any university. And it's such an important thing. I just narrate one small example. I was talking to one of my friend who wanted an advice from me, what his son should do. And he had just passed MSc. Then he was telling, what should I do? So I said, what are you going to do? I'm going to do research. So yes, our education system has to be developed to develop good farmers, good teachers, and good researchers. A researcher is a very classified aspect. And that fellow was telling me that I am interested in research. Then the next friend of him was close to him. He's telling, hey, don't go for research. Last 12 years, there is no job for any PhD in a recognized university. Private people who are paying only 10,000 rupees, not more than that, after PhD. So, what you will do after having PhD? So, if we have to develop a healthy research system, we got to have talented research, trained manpower. Where it will come? If we do this kind of a situation, so it's an eye-opener for me at least, that the good sense should prevail and the government should start recruiting very immediately. I mean, the government has been telling recruit. No research manpower has been recruited for last so many years. So this is number one. Number two is money. Money, of course, I mean, COVID has put us in a lot of trouble. I mean, we can't blame anybody. It is a natural disaster. Okay. But money is required. Without money, you cannot do research. And any innovation or innovative idea, we are trying to rely on industry. Industry is not going to pay anything. Very clear about it. And I am very clear. If there is an idea, if there is an innovative research, somebody is going to do it. Unless that idea is convertible into a profitable venture, industry is not going to come. And I was reading one recent, Times of India had given one nice review. All over the world, the good basic research has been done by government, what you call the funding. There is no research which is original and innovative was done by any private organization. Private organization, where does it come? When that idea becomes exploitable, yes, private will come. Definitely will come. And we should encourage them coming at that moment of time. But this government should definitely give attention that if you want to have an original research system, you got to spend on it. There is no alternative to this. How it can come? So we want element of competitiveness in research. As I said, that research is a very skilled and highly skilled work. So competitiveness, earlier lots of government funded projects used to be there. Competitive funds, Department of Science, Technology, BARC, then the ICR, and so on and so forth. Those funds have started shrinking very fast. But they should be, if we want research to be done in this country, original research, somebody is telling that among the recent innovations, none of the innovation is Indian. You talk about mobile, simple thing, TV or any thing, nothing has come from India. We have just borrowed them. So we are finally telling make in India. Nothing is made in India. So if we want to come into a globalization, so we got to do our own research. And अगर own research करना है तो पैसा चाहिए. और वो competitive रखो. Don't give research grants to any university or anything just like that. They should be competitive. I would say that there should be a competitive grants. And competitive grants should not be like of late I am seeing that some advertisement comes that funds are there and we ask for application. Today I send the application. 3 साल के बाद मेरे को interview को बुलाते. So by that time I have lost the interest. So interesting thing, I mean, in our universities, क्या कहते हैं, there is no research funding available for PhD students. So RGST came forward and they said that they will provide research funds for the university. And you see, that was a very good moment for me when I was Vice Chancellor of this university. They deposited 50 lakh rupees and said that you have a competition among yourself and distribute that 50 lakh rupees among 10 PhD students. It should be that quick. You, whatever limited money or whatever money you want to put into research, it should be so quick. So this is one thing. Second, one finance matter point of view, say, if I want to make a mention of that, Dr. Maredia was mentioning about you underestimate the alumni power. Alumni should be there and they should come and they should contribute finance. And it is possible. He was telling that they have 7 lakh alumni all over the world. Theirs is a big university, old university. It's not late now. We are also 50 years old. But when I was student, we had only one college in the university. Now we have plenty of colleges. We are dealing with more than 7,000-8,000 students. So every year we are adding so many alumni. And one alumni is just rough estimate. One alumni, 1 year, अपने own university को 5,000 रुपए contribute करते हैं. It's a big money we will gather and we will do excellent research programs into our system. एक शेवट आखिरी पॉइंट बताता हूं कि research requires infrastructure. And we said that programs like NHEP and all, they are providing this thing. Dr. Puri Saab ne morning mein bol diya ki we not only infrastructure development, it should be maintained. But in our system, I don't know about most of our universities have a talented manpower, even whatever 10 साल हमने अगर कुछ recruit नहीं किया है तभी भी हमारे पास talented manpower है. No infrastructure. So infrastructure चाहिए. Say for example, we are talking about AI, artificial intelligence. We are talking about not only artificial intelligence, now generative AI की बात कर रहे हैं. Where is the infrastructure for us? I was looking for ki if I have to do some image analysis based advisory for the agriculture, I require some cameras, a good quality cameras, thermal camera, RGB camera, multispectral camera, hyperspectral camera. This costs. I have so much restriction as a vice chancellor. I could not buy, even think of buying any of this for last 4.5 years. कैसे होगा? So, if we want something to move or do some research, freedom chahiye, and that has to come, and we have to fight for it. That such research projects, if they have to come in operation, it should get such kind of a funding, and the decision-making authority should take a spot decision. 20-25 लाख रुपए का एक कैमरा आता है, वो कैमरा ये KKV is one of the smallest university in the state. 30 lakh is not a big money, as you know, doctor. And I should have purchased that camera 5 years, 10 years before. And AI would have been in operation by this time in the university. We have so many, whole of engineering college, whole of everybody. There are so much talent already available. It's not that we have to, AI ke liye have to search for some foreign university at this juncture of time. Yes, they will have some innovations, better innovations will bring them as and when, but we also have a situation. So yeah, all these things should happen. So if we are talking about research and development, we as a policy matter, these are the things we have to discuss. And I mean, I told you that this is not, I am telling you anything new. Everybody knows it, but just at this occasion, it should have been come on the record somewhere as a heartfelt suggestion. It should come. Thank you very much.
Very sensitive and a realistic based speech, I tell you. What is going on? It's a very good thing that you have you have spoken very without any reservation, I tell you. Now, I have right hand side and left hand side. The right hand side, we have the industry people together. At the left hand side, we have social scientist, I tell you. I am saying social scientist. A reality sense, he may not be a scientist, he did the work more than a scientist related to society. Now, it's a question for me, to whom shall I ask first, whether in industry, but just I will ask Rane ji, Dr. Rane, to express his result about this research interaction, please. So, as possible, as short as possible.
With your permission, can I use?
Oh, yes.
I'll be comfortable there.
All right. Go ahead.
So, good afternoon. With permission of chair and dignitaries on a stage, I would share few of my thoughts. And since I'm the only industry and the entire academy, I'll take 2 minutes more. With your permission, of course. So quickly, I'm the alumni of this university. I'll give you in 15 seconds my introduction. I'm an industry. 30 years, 32 years I worked in an industry. Last 10 years, Chief Operating Officer of Indophil Industries Limited, 3,000 crore company. And last 5 years as the CEO of the Indophil Industries Limited. Today I'm helping engineering company, a 1,800 crore engineering company in growth and transformation. So just a small introduction from my side. So first, one more time, I just wanted to thank Prashant. So he has put me in a tight spot there. Dream of academia, and I'm the only industry person over there. That's why I'm standing, not sitting with you.
So I have three revelations today, three revelations, whole of the day. Quickly, one is, I'm engaged with the university throughout my, after my graduation. And usually I was been told that industry is for three purposes: education, research, and extension. First time, it's heartening to know, first time, and it started with Dr. Jain. We are talking about skill, jobs, and entrepreneurship. It was wonderful. The second revelations, and pardon me for that, I can again take a permission of chair. Academia out of the system gives brilliant ideas. I today understood that. And the third one is the thinning of the population since morning for the R&D discussion probably is revelation for me. I'll quickly go to the subject after this. I'll give you quickly the R&D views of industry. Just R&D views of industry. I'll not talk about the agriculture research, how we see at the industry. How, as a CEO, I was looking at a R&D. There is a pure science and there is a applied science. Pure science, as you, doctor, said, original science. So pure science is mostly done by the universities and organizations. And applied science and applied research is done by the industry. And we as an industry are interested in applied research. That doesn't mean that pure science research is not important, because that gives us inputs to the industry to commercialize and develop. Our applied research is purely on economics, purely on economics. What is the ROI? How much money I am getting out of the investment I am putting in? And there is a clear process, very, very, very clear process. There is a business case, there is a market study, there is a gap identification, there is a team, there is execution, and it happens on a timeline. And that's the way the ROI is very important for us. So just wanted to share my views on applied research by the industry. The second one, and that's most important, even if you believe that India Incorporation, the Indian companies, basically companies, they spend a lot, they don't spend a lot. It's only 0.75% of the revenue overall. And it's not a lot. Some of the pharmaceutical companies spend up to 6%. Otherwise, it's very, very small. And there is a very, very famous American saying about R&D. Starving R&D is like eating a sweet corn when you are hungry. And that's also the Indian industry is doing. Original research, why it is not happening in industry? It's simple. It requires a deep pocket and it has got a long payback period. And we can't afford it. We, as Indian companies, we need a very quick payback. And that's why our R&D is based on purely applied science. Third one, very quickly, lot of things are talked about academia and industry, and I'm not going to repeat about it. But Dr. Karim, you have mentioned your experience in Michigan. I have my experience with academia and industry. Some of the beautiful things are happening in some of the organization, IIT, ICT, NCL, North Maharashtra University. I have my own experience with them. What you need to be a very successful academia and industry relationship is only three things. Do you have a defined procedure? Do you have an execution? And do you have a closure? If that happens, industry will come to the academia for help. Very clear. So that's the point I just wanted to add over there. Last point I have wanted to add over students. Definitely students, I would like to talk about it because I was a student when I came out of the university. And with that, I have reached to a position where I was looking from a top down. And we need to skill the student, that's definitely there, but where do you skill the student for the industry? You need to skill the student. I don't know whether you have education policy for that. Do you have a basic financial knowledge, basic project knowledge? Do you digitize them? I think these are 3-4 things. Look at it. These are my suggestions, personal suggestions as an industry. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Raneji. Thank you very much. Now we are running late little. And still we have 2-3 presentations still, online presentation. But I cannot avoid my temptation to request the Kashiji.
Namaskar.
He's a member of our executive council, Dr. Balasaheb Sawant, Konkan Krishi Vidyapith, and all social aspects related to including extension work and other part. I think he's very much taking participate in the system very wholeheartedly, I tell you. Thank you.
नमस्कार. सन्माननीय मंत्री महोदयांचा प्रतिनिधी म्हणून आणि राज्य शासनाचा प्रतिनिधी म्हणून आणि या विद्यापीठाचा एक कार्यकारी परिषद सदस्य म्हणून मला खूप आज अभिमान आहे. मी सर्वप्रथम सर्व बसलेल्या माझ्या सायंटिस्ट सगळ्यांचं पहिलं मनपूर्वक अभिनंदन आणि कौतुक. कारण आम्ही जेव्हा जगभर फिरतो तेव्हा एक लक्षात येतं की आपली भारतीय बाजारपेठ सगळ्या दृष्टीने जरी चांगली असली तरी अख्ख्या जगामध्ये आमचा रिसर्च सायंटिस्ट हा पण एक बाजारपेठ म्हणून लोकांनी बघणं आवश्यक आहे आणि तो आपण क्रिएट करतोय. आणि हे करत असताना बरेचसे पॉइंट्स मगाशी डायसवरती सगळेच बसलेले आहेत, सगळे आदरणीय आणि सगळे तज्ञ मंडळी आहात, महान मंडळी आहात. मी तुमच्या समोर बोलणं योग्य नाही, पण सावंत सरांनी जी खतखत व्यक्त केली ती योग्य आहे आणि ती मलाही पटते. कारण ह्या चेअरवर आल्यानंतर मग समजतंय की काय अडचणी आहेत त्या बाजूला असताना त्या आम्हाला कळत नसतात. आणि त्याच्यामुळे एक मुख्य कारण असं आहे की रिसर्च आणि डेव्हलपमेंट हा जेव्हा आम्ही विषय घेतो तेव्हा आज एक प्रामुख्याने मला जाणवत आहे की ही डेव्हलपमेंट करत असताना, हा रिसर्च सगळा करत असताना ही आमच्या मंडळींनी रिसर्च केलाय, प्रचंड काम करून ठेवलेलं आहे, फक्त ते जगासमोर येत नाही आहे. आणि ते एक्सटेन्शनचं काम पण खूप महत्वाचं आहे. जैन साहेबांना पण मी मगाशी सांगितलं, जसं इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर गरजेचं आहे तसं मी 2 वेळा त्यांच्याशी मिटिंग झाली. छोट्या छोट्या गोष्टी आता आम्हाला ती सांगायची सवय झाली, मंत्री महोदयांना पण सांगतो तसं. सकाळी त्यांनाही रिक्वेस्ट केली 10 मिनिटं या सर, कौतुकाची थाप एक आमच्या सगळ्यांच्या पाठीवरती द्या. तसं जर आम्हाला इन्फ्रा असेल, आमच्याकडे पैसा, खरोखर पैशाची गरज आहे. पण सावंत सर ह्या बाबतीत अजून एक मला असं वाटतं की आमच्या शास्त्रज्ञांना पण जर कौतुकाची थाप द्यायची असेल तर ऑटोनॉमस सारखं आपल्याला करायला हवं. त्यांचे रिसर्च बाहेर जाणं पण गरजेचं आहे. त्याच्यातून पण रेव्हेन्यू चांगल्या प्रकारे विद्यापीठाला आणि त्या ज्या शास्त्रज्ञांनी ते काम केलेले त्याला सुद्धा यायला हवा. आणि ह्याच्यासाठी माझा प्रचंड आता त्याच्यावरती काम चालू आहे आणि वेगवेगळ्या दृष्टीने लोकांपर्यंत पोहोचवण्याचं ते चालू आहे. दुसरी गोष्ट, स्किल डेव्हलपमेंटच्या बाबतीत जेव्हा आम्ही बघतोय, बाहेरच्या देशामध्ये आम्ही बघतो तेव्हा आज आमच्या इकडून येणारा साधा शेतकरी पण असेल तर त्याला खुरपं कसं पकडायचं तिथपासून म्हणजे अगदी सोईंग पासून ते हार्वेस्टिंग पर्यंतच्या सगळ्या गोष्टी ह्या एक स्किल वरती जर आपण त्याला शिकवल्या गेल्या. कारण प्रत्येक गोष्टीमध्ये मला नेहमी एक वाटतं की डिमांड क्रिएट कधी होईल जेव्हा तुमच्याकडे काहीतरी स्किल असेल, तुमच्याकडे काहीतरी असेल, तेव्हा लोकांकडून मागणी येणार आहे. आणि त्यावेळेला ह्या कोरोना नंतर जेव्हा मी काही देशांमध्ये फिरलो, म्हणजे दुबईमध्ये पण सरकारने आम्हाला तिकडच्या बोलवलं होतं, प्रत्येकाला वाटतंय आणि भारताकडे कृषीप्रधान देश म्हणून जेव्हा आपल्याकडे बघितलं जातंय त्यावेळेला एक खूप आनंदाची गोष्ट आहे की हा रिसर्च जेव्हा आपल्या भारताकडून जेव्हा बाहेर जाणार आहे किंवा काय, म्हणजे गरजेचं नाही की त्यांचीच सगळ्यांची आपण लाल केली पाहिजे. आपल्याकडे पण खूप देण्यासारखं आहे, खूप देण्यासारखं आहे. फक्त आपल्याला किंमत करणं गरजेची आहे आणि ती खूप महत्वाची आहे. आणि त्यामुळे शासनाचा प्रतिनिधी म्हणून जेव्हा मी तुमच्याशी बोलतोय तेव्हा एक खूप आनंदाची गोष्ट अशी आहे, हे मला बरेचदा सगळेजण सांगायचे की कोकण कृषी विद्यापीठ म्हटलं की त्या 4 विद्यापीठांपैकी हे बाजूलाच फेकलं जातं. तसं आता होत नाहीये. आणि त्यांनी पहिल्यांदा सांगितलं की रिसर्च आणि डेव्हलपमेंटच्या बाबतीत विनायकजी काही असेल तर आम्हाला सांगा, आम्ही कुठलीही तुमची फाईल अडवणार नाही, तुम्ही फक्त द्या. आणि माननीय VC साहेबांची माझी कालच मीटिंग झाली की आता आपला पदर फाटका नको. आणि त्याच्यामुळे हे जेव्हा स्किल वर्कर निर्माण करायचे त्यावेळेला शेतकऱ्याला पण आपल्याला सरकारने हे करून देणं गरजेचं आहे. जसं सर तुम्ही म्हणालात तसं व्हॅल्यू चेन पण शेवटपर्यंत मार्केटपर्यंत जाण्यासाठी रिसर्चच्या जोडीला डेव्हलपमेंट असेल, इन्फ्रा असेल, हा करणं आवश्यक आहे. आणि तुमच्या सगळ्यांच्या जोडीला जेवढं आम्हाला शक्य आहे तेवढं आम्ही देण्याचा प्रयत्न करू. आणि जे काही भारताच्या बाहेर आहे, भारताकडून आणण्यासारखं आहे, तसं मी जैन साहेबांना पण मगाशी म्हटलं की ह्याच्यामध्ये एक्सटर्नल अफेअर्स मिनिस्ट्रीचा खूप प्रचंड फायदा आपण घेता येऊ शकेल. त्या बाबतीत त्यांनी मला आता ग्रीन सिग्नल पण दिला की पुढच्या येणाऱ्या मार्चमध्ये अख्ख्या पूर्ण देशभरातल्या ज्या काही व्हाईस चान्सलरची मीटिंग सगळी होते त्यावेळेला त्यांचं आपण एक्सटर्नल अफेअर्स मिनिस्ट्रीचा फायदा घेऊ. कारण तिथेच इम्पोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट्स बाकी सगळं जे काही ट्रेडिंग होतं ते कॉमर्स इंडस्ट्री थ्रू त्यांच्या थ्रू होतं आणि त्याचा आपण फायदा घेऊ. आज मला खरोखर मनापासून आनंद होतोय की पहिल्यांदा जसं मगाशी राणे साहेब पण म्हणाले तसं पहिला दिवस असा असेल की ज्याच्यावरती स्किल्स डेव्हलपमेंट रिसर्च ह्याच्यावरतीच दिवसभर बोललं जात आहे. त्याच्यामुळे सगळ्यांचं परत एकदा हे आमचे आदरणीय भावे सर असतील आणि आमचे बोडके सर असतील, ह्या सगळ्यांनी हा जो कार्यक्रम ऑर्गनाईज केलाय, मला इथे बोलवलं, खूप खूप धन्यवाद. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र.
Before we, you have gone all through the speeches. Now I would like to, it's a conference. I would like to get some questions or some queries from the audience itself. If one or two questions, they are to be definitely admitted. So if there any query or questions or submission, you please try to be as brief as possible. Dr. Puri Saab. एक पुरी साहब को पहले बोलना.
No, I have a small situation for consideration of the scientists who are sitting here and the representatives of the government of Maharashtra and others. You see, one variety developed by IARI, that is Basmati rice 1121, has earned more than 35,000 crores rupees worth of foreign exchange in 1 year. This is the strength of the research. We always read that these universities or these institutions are white elephants. But we need to assess positively. There may be black ships here and there, but that does not mean that nothing is happening in the institutions. My point is, how much money government of India is giving to that institute for developing or for doing research? It's eye-opening. In the morning, I told you that is the statistical analysis we have done on the basis of the grants received by that institute for 5 years from their records. Hardly 2.8% is spent on research, actual research. And if this 2.5% is giving this much production, you can imagine that if you increase your expenditure on research in agriculture from 1% of GDP to 6% GDP, as Niti Aayog has recommended, what will happen? So this is one part we have to keep in view. The institute should get funding for this. Otherwise, there will be always a deficiency. So my point is that we have to emphasize on the government and flaw on the part of the agricultural universities or the agricultural institutes is that we give our technology, we give our varieties, they get profit, but we never assess in terms of financial gains. We don't have data as how much this particular technology has helped in generating the income for the farmers. That is our shortcoming as a scientist. So hereafter, I would like to suggest in this forum and through this forum to all the scientists who are sitting here, that whatever you do, if your technology is going to the farmers, try to assess the gains in terms of money. If we talk in terms of money, then only money will be assessed, the government will assess our potential and grants will come. Otherwise, they give money, we do research, it goes to the Department of Agriculture. Somebody says that Department of Agriculture has done this. So we don't know the credibility of whom, whether it is a contribution of the university, contribution of the farmers, contribution of the agriculture department. So it depends upon that. So my sincere request is that try to assess the value of every technology, seed or any agricultural technology, plant protection measure or fertilizer. That is. And second important thing because this is for research and development. Let us be very clear about some of the things which are creeping in our research programs. The things like zero budget farming, natural farming, and money allocation for that, and starving the other projects for money. If it is a zero budget, why there should be money? If it is a natural farming, let us wait for the rains to come. So that is, we have to be very open. If there is a positive result coming from our experiments, we should be the first persons to recommend about adoption of natural farming, zero budget farming, or any other thing. But we should, as a scientist, we should assess those technologies on our farms, take critically under observations. That is my suggestion.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So much nice comment, constructive comment. Now, one more question. Dr. Ravi, please.
Sir, there are two vice chancellors are waiting on the online since last 1 year.
Quick.
Sir, I'll just put one suggestion that how we can explore the industry academia collaboration or combination for exploring the their help in PG and PhD research. So if somebody can throw light on it.
Okay, thank you. Noted. Your suggestion is noted. Please.
I think
8 minutes. What happened? Actually, whatever research is done by agriculture universities, it is always viewed that it is a public institute and public funded research. For example, say during last 50 years, we have given not less than 750 improved varieties and definitely more than 4,500 recommendations on crop production, processing, etc. Now, since these are mainly for the farming community and we don't charge for that, any royalty or patent, etc., actually we are not getting funding on that basis. For other research, say maybe basic science research, etc., the industry is very much interested. They come forward and definitely will provide funding for that. But here the situation is little different, and that's why when we are supposed to give our technology free of cost, then government has to compensate that loss. So this is one point I would like to indicate here. One, sir, as you said, we have worked out this impact analysis of few crops in MPKV. about 8 crops. And how much I think, I don't remember now exact figure.
90,000 crores, sir. For 9 crores, it is 90,000 crores we have estimated.
9,000 crores, see. So, similar, these things has happened with every agriculture university in Maharashtra. It's not only MPKV, but for example, I am quoting here. So, whatever, now, unless the research is further supported by government, it will not go further. You see, so that is the basic. No academy, no industry will come forward to give funding for this. That is our experience. Thank you. That is what I wanted to.
I'm really sorry for all becoming short speeches. Thank you. Thank you for your kind suggestions. Thank you. We'll move on to the next session immediately, the internationalization of education.
इकडे स्नेहा. याला खालचं कागद आणि बरोबर आहे.
एवढे ते बोलत आहे.
Good evening to all. Now, we are moving ahead to the fifth theme, that is internationalization of education in agriculture. For this, I request again Dr. Karim Maradia sir to act as the chairman, and please come on the dais and occupy the seat. Similarly, I request Dr. Prashant Bodke sir to act as the co-chairman and to occupy the seat. Similarly, I also request Dr. Nopaden Piramat Chitraswamy from University, Thailand, to come on that and occupy the seat. Then Aranya Ponpon from Bangkok, from the same university. Then Umarani Sinha Putra, Malaysia, professor from Putra University. Then Siti Zahar from the same university to come on the dais and occupy the seat. Then Chanaranga from Putra University, Thailand, to come on the dais and occupy the seat. Then Dr. Manoj Kamble from Mumbai, he is also requested to come on the dais and occupy the seat. For this session, Dr. Piyush Share, Associate Dean, as well as Dr. S.V. Savardekar sir, Head, and Dr. B.R. Chavan, they are the coordinators, and Dr. Savardekar sir and Dr. B.R. Chavan sir, they will act as also the rapporteurs of this particular theme. So, once again, good evening, and I request Chairman sir to start the deliberations. Thank you. As we are running short of time, it is requested that the session should be of maximum 40 minutes. Thank you, sir.
It's okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, I think we are moving on. We have two more teams still left, so we will move right on. I think I've already introduced myself. Again, my name is Karim Maradia. I'm from Michigan State University. This session is actually particularly of interest to us, internationalization of education. So I will just give a very brief remark, but with me, we have Dr. Prashant Bodke also as a co-chair, and we have a very distinguished international panel from several countries. So we'll hear their perspective. As I mentioned, I'm from Michigan State University. We were founded in 1855. So we are more than 170 years old university. We have 51,000 students. Out of 51,000 students, 6,000 students are what we call international students. And these students come from more than 125 countries. The year 2023 is the year, first time, the largest body of international students at our university is from India. Historically, the largest number of students were from China, but in this year, we have taken over China. So we have a big student community from. So we call it international education is in our DNA. It's embedded into all of the programs and all of the colleges there. So the approach that we take is we have two-pronged approach. One is we have programs on campus in East Lansing, Michigan, and then we have programs we call off-campus internationally. For example, my college, College of Agriculture and Natural Resources, where I'm serving as a director, we are currently working in 63 countries around the world, through collaborative research, through education, and so on. So programs on campus and programs off campus. Programs on campus, we call it International Studies and Programs Office. And that office houses Office of International Students and Scholars that deals with admissions and scholarships and other programs. We have thematic regional studies center. We have Asian Studies Center, we have African Studies Center, we have Latin American Studies Center, we have Russian Studies Center, and so on, number of centers. And then we have what they call it strategic partnership grants and travel grants. So all of these thematic centers provide strategic partnership and travel grants. So if our faculty and student want to go to, say, for example, Malaysia or Thailand to work with Putra University or something, they can apply for small grants and travel grants and they can. Similarly, if we want to invite some faculties from Thailand or Malaysia or from any countries, then they can apply and bring them in. So we have that support structure and so on. I think for the most important part is the off-campus part. So off-campus part includes what we call it Memoranda of Understanding, MOUs. So we have signed my college, which is one of the 17 colleges. We have currently MOUs with 75 universities around the world. I took over as a director of international program 4 years ago. We had 280 MOUs. We have canceled about 200 MOUs because they were just paper signed and no activities. So please don't sign MOUs just for taking pictures or putting it in the newspaper. MOUs should have functionality, some programs. So we have a MOU with Dr. Balasaheb Sawant, Konkan Krishi Vidyapith. Under that program, we have student exchange, faculty exchange. We just hosted very bright, young 8 students from Dapoli here to our university. We also had 5 faculty members. Also, Dr. Savardekar visited our university and so on. And we would like to also send our faculties here. So we have this partnership and MOUs. The second part is we have alumni association or alumni clubs. Our university has 700,000, 7 lakhs living alumni, we call living alumni all over the world located. And we have alumni clubs in many countries. For example, in India, we have MSU Alumni Club. The director of the MSU Alumni Club is in Mumbai, Milind Agarwal, and so on. So we have these alumni networks through which we collaborate and so on. The fourth thing we have is what we call education abroad or study abroad programs. Out of 51,000 students, about 3,000 students each year go to countries around the world. We have study abroad or education abroad program in 60 countries right now. For example, in India, we have a study abroad program we call Ecology of Mountains in the foothills of Himalaya. And so every year we send about 15, 20 students. They come here and so on. We are also discussing about reverse study abroad program. Not only our American students coming to India or Malaysia or Thailand or other countries, but also we want those students come to our campus and so on. So we hosted 8 students from BSKKV. Hopefully, Dr. Bodke, if this program should continue and it should become an annual program. The one other thing that we do is each year we give international awards to faculty and students. Those faculty and students who are engaged in international work are recognized. So there are a series of awards that are given there. And good thing about the United States is funding is available. I think Dr. Sanjay Sawant mentioned about need for funding. So for international collaboration, we have USAID, US Agency for International Development. They provide funding. Number of foundations like Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and many other foundations provide funding. So there is an overall what we call enabling environment for internationalization of education. We also teach foreign languages at Michigan State University. For example, relevant to India, we are teaching right now Hindi. Also, I think they are going to be starting a Marathi language, also Tamil language. Also, they are teaching Arabic language and so on. Also, we are teaching large number of African languages there. And these are languages taken by American students. As a university, one of the things that we have done is, which I don't see it in India, is branding. So all our students, all our graduates, they are known as Spartans. So if you watch American basketball or football at Michigan State University, we are known as Spartans. Spartans were the Greek warriors. So we want every student, every graduate become like a Greek warrior, yeah, Spartan. So we have that branding, and all our alumni are also called Global Spartans. So immediately when we say Global Spartan, they also become attached to that. So this is the approach we have taken. We don't call our university as a land grant university. We call our university as a world grant university or a global grant university. And it is my hope that BSKKV also become a world grant university in the future. Yeah, thank you. Now I'll give my microphone to our co-chair, Dr. Bodke, to say a few remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Karim sir. It's really, you can say that I already spoke in the morning also, and some of the thoughts I had put already in record. But the 2-3 things which has been inspired to me to go for this international, this education program in this session. The one thing is that I heard that in University Putra Malaysia also, they say that if the student is bright enough and he has completed his graduation and can be having the good quality records, the mentorship has guided them to take directly to the PhD instead of MSc also. So this is what we call as the hoping system is available. There is alternative systems is available. Secondly, if you go to the Chulalongkorn University, when I'm talking with them in Thailand itself, they told that if you want to do a MSc in fisheries, you don't need to have a BSc fisheries. Any graduate from sciences, that is more that they have the flexibility in their education. They have the openness in education. They're given the rewards to the meritorious students to directly go for something 1 or 2 years directly to the next level of education. The credits will be get recorded into their academic bank of credits over there, and the students will be get benefited. If it is the bright students, he can go for directly for the higher education within the limited period of the time. And that's what the fascinating thing is. We have been the rigid, you can say the flexibility. We don't have the flexibility in our education system. We have the rigidness that he should have the 10+2, then he has to complete the science, he has to go for the CET, then he has to go for the admission, he has to complete 1, 2, 3, 4 years completely, then he will get the degree. Then he will do the masters. Even in African countries, one of the students in African in Malawi, he told he has completed his BSc in BSc agronomy. I don't know why we have been BSc agriculture. We are studying a lot of stuff is there. Then I can be selected in a CAT. Then will be one course will be there. That is, they have to choose it amongst that based on the merit for agronomy or economics or maybe anything. He doesn't have the choice to go anywhere. So we don't have the choice to our students. And even after studying of this lot of 4 year study, then I will come to know that I don't have any course which is true in my like point of view. I have to choose whatever is the merit with me. So that should not be there. Students should have some choices over there. And in Western University, with in the MOU, we have finalized that there will be some system is 3+1 or 2+2, so that he will complete his 3 year here, 1 year in Western Sydney. But if after completion, if you go for the MS, he will have to go for only 1 year to complete the MS degree. So such type of flexibility, if is in there, the students will get attracted towards this system. So this is what I just want to point it out and give to because we have to learn from them only itself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Bodke. I think this sandwich degree programs or dual degree program, these types of models are emerging. Sandwich degree programs are easier to implement than dual degree program because dual degree program require recognition of credit from both sides and so on. Okay, now we'll hear the experiences from Malaysia, yeah? So on my right-hand side, we have two distinguished leaders here from Putra University in Malaysia. Malaysia, by the way, we are also collaborating with Malaysia, and I've been to Malaysia many times. So I'll give the microphone to.
Thank you very much, respected chair, co-chair, fellow panelists, ladies and gentlemen. Very good evening. I'm Uma Rani from University Putra, Malaysia. And basically, I think the chair actually said many things that are similar to what we have in UPM. University Putra, Malaysia is established in 1971. And today we have a QS ranking of 158. Right, and we are renowned in the Southeast Asian region for tropical agriculture. And we are also considered as one of the 4 research universities in Malaysia out of 22 public universities. So one of the things that we advocate to become a research university is to increase the number of postgraduates compared to undergraduates. So we have put a target of 1:1. That means 1 undergraduate to 1 postgraduate. So that increases the number of postgraduates. We have currently about 4,500 postgraduates on campus versus the 30,000 students that are on campus. So this also actually allows good quality publications through that mechanism. Now, other than that point, I think the chair actually mentioned we have a separate unit called the International Office that facilitates many things, right? We have MOUs with many universities, right? So I'm not going to repeat on the basic things. I'll just highlight some of the things that I think the audience will benefit. Now, one of the degree programs that we are looking at is what we call as offshore degree, right? So this one actually allows the host or our collaborator to actually organize in their own country. So instead of the students coming to Malaysia, 50% of the lectures can be done by the lecturers in this country, and then 50% the researchers or the lecturers from UPM can fly into India to do the teaching. So this will actually bring down the cost tremendously instead of carrying the students to Malaysia. That's one. The other thing is we have a lot of mobility programs, inbound as well as outbound, right? So the model that we operate on is we host when you come to our country, and we expect you to reciprocate when we come to your country, that sort of model. Now, there's 2 other things that I want to very quickly share because I very strongly believe in this. I sit in this organization called Asia Pacific Seed Association, right? It's a very big association with the HQ in Thailand, and about 300 seed companies are actually registered with this association. Now, what have we started with this organization is we have created a University Connect program, which actually provides free lectures from the industry to the student. And we've also created modules. The student can learn at their own time through the learning management system. And you can earn points. And at the end, we actually give a certificate as seed captain. And this is endorsed by all the 300 seed companies that are in that organization. So this kind of connection, I think, is very, very useful. And together we can actually start looking at how we can connect this whole forum. The other one is Students International Symposium. In Malaysia, we organize this International Agriculture Student Symposium, 100% done by students. We just facilitate. The faculties only facilitate. And recently we found that Thailand does it, Indonesia does it, right? So this actually already create an internationalization platform. If you can go around, 1 year in Malaysia, 1 year in Thailand, 1 year in Indonesia, and we can expand to India and all other countries, I think that will actually give very big opportunity for internationalization and globalization of education. Right? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman, Co-Chair, and the rest of the panels. Okay, I think I would like to touch about how we can increase the competitiveness of the lecturers or academician. So we are talking a lot about the education aspect, but education is complementing between the students and the lecturers as well. So I just would like to share the strategy of the university or UPM, how we would like to increase the internalizations in educations of the lecturers' contributions. Yeah. For example, we are increasing the KPI aspect for the lecturers to be achieved. For example, the invitations as the international speaker or whatsoever, that will be taken into account as the achievement for the whole of the year, as well as let's say the acknowledgement as the auditor of the journal, that also being counted other than number of international students and international organizations of a symposium, conference or whatsoever. And then the other aspect is I think the lecturers should take the opportunity of other involvement in the program, such as for myself, I would like to share a little bit. I was acknowledged to be the fellows of ASEAN's US Science and Technology in the year of 2016 to 2017. So from that year, I built the network between the ASEAN countries' lecturers or the academicians. And from that, we developed we are receiving the international grants. And then from that, we are receiving international students, international publications. So that is part of the way on how we can encourage the internationalization in terms of how university reputes. Yeah, I think that's only.
Thank you. Thank you very much. A very good experience from Malaysia. Now we'll move on to Thailand. I will give a microphone to our colleagues. There are 3 of them from Thailand. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Maybe good evening. Our group comes from Chulalongkorn University, and my name is Aranya. Later, my colleague will talk something about our education in Thailand. For education system in Thailand, start from the National Acts of Education in Thailand. We start from very young. All children that born in Thailand have to study in the under secondary school, primary school, secondary school, and high school. I will talk about the general first, and then they will talk about the higher education. So for our system, it's 6 and 3 and 3 years study system. After the primary, secondary, and high school, then the student come into the higher education system. For higher education system, we have both the certificates and bachelor degrees program. And in the university, also we have many faculty that can, the student can enter to the university and study in each faculty that they want to study. For Chulalongkorn University, we have many faculties. Dr. Chanrong Rotkam will give you about the university information. So.
Okay, good afternoon, all participants. Good afternoon, Chairman and Co-Chair and all panelists. First of all, I would like to introduce a bit about Chulalongkorn University. For our university, we have the faculty staff more than 3,000 staff, and we have 42 faculty, school, college, and institutes. And we have around 447 degree program, and between these degree program, we have 102 international program. This means we focus a lot on internationalization, and as the University of Putra, Malaysia, we also focus about internationalization by we give a lot of budget to the international study, international graduation. We give a lot of scholarship to promote the international activities, such as we accept the master and PhD student for study in any international program in Chulalongkorn University. We promote the scholarship for postdoctoral fellow to get the to do the research in Chulalongkorn University each year. I think in each year we spend a lot of scholarship to many postdoc each year. Yes, and I forget to introduce a bit that 3 of us come from the Faculty of Veterinary Science, Chulalongkorn University. This means if DBS KKV University would like to collaborate with us, you can think about the something about animal production, animal science that related to veterinary science. Then we can easily thinking to collaborate. And also 3 of us focus on the fishery science and aquaculture. If some student or faculty staff interest to collaborate with us, we pleased to introduce all of you about our international collaboration. And also similar to Putra, Malaysia, we focus on the creating the conference, international conference, because we're thinking that if we promote a lot of international conference each year, we can know each other very easy and easy to collaborate in the future. Professor Nopadon, do you have something to add up?
Good afternoon and good evening, all participants on here. I'm very pleased to be here. I'm Professor Dr. Nopadon Pilalat. I'm a Director of International Graduate Program in Veterinary Science and Technologies. As just I would like to share up, and I would like to mention about how essential and how important of the internationalization education. As we have this program, I just would like to thank the organizer of these projects, and because I have a big chance to meet your student and who is telling me because we developed under MOU program with the two university, your university and my university, Chulalongkorn University. We have developed international training of fishery, aquaculture and fishery. 1 month in Thailand, and I have a chance to meet I had got a big chance to meet your student. And I think Indian student also, your student also have a chance to come to Thailand, and we can see, we can get another point of view because we have different bioresources. So your student can have open mind, open points of view. And we also have open points of view, how India is, how the education of India have, how education of our country, Chulalongkorn University. I think it is a good exchange program. It's under MOU with Dr. Boge. And unfortunately, I heard that this program will, terminate because this is it's a good starter because under this MOU and under this training program, I have met Professor Chavan, I have met Professor Boge, and we are in the progressing of the MOU, developing the program as is double program, collaborate program. You can see in the very near future. Double program, your student can only to, for example, for master study, your student can get both degree in your university and also get my degree in the university as well. We call that we call double program or the collaborated program. Just okay, your student can go to my country and your student also get get the degree in your country. That is good for both sides of our study. I just have nothing. I just would like to emphasize and would like to cheer up this kind of program. International education is quite important. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Madam, please.
Respected chair, co-chair, and respected panelist. Thank you, Professor Bodke, for giving this opportunity. I would like to add one point. So it's regarding the internationalization of education in post-graduation, mostly in MSc and PhD. So in this case, what we can do is that, as Professor Pirarat said, that we can initiate dual degree program. In dual degree, 1 year coursework for either for PhD or masters can be done in DBS KKV, and for the research can be done in Thailand or UPM or anywhere with the collaborated university. So in that case, what will happen, as our ex Vice Chancellor said, there is a shortage of money. In that case, our student can get the opportunity to do excellent research with the foreign institute. Thank you.
Very much, lots of experience from Malaysia, from Thailand, from here in BSKKV, also from United States. So I think there are many ways of collaborations. I think we heard that. There's, during the COVID pandemic, we learned about the power of digital tools, right? There's so many courses and so many things have been developed so we can work on that. One thing that we have seen, the easiest way sometime to collaborate is, for example, if there are students here doing masters or PhD at BSKKV, maybe one of their thesis committee member can be from a foreign university. So I think that's the kind of thing which doesn't require any funding. And now you can participate in the exams through Zoom or something. I recently served on a student thesis committee from a student from Punjab Agricultural University. He did his master's, and that really was easy. Maybe 2 times a year, I had to get up in the middle of the night because the exam was during the daytime here. But now we are able to publish one paper jointly. So the student was able to publish in an international journal jointly. And the student is the senior author. His committee members are junior author. I'm also one of the co-author. So this is the kind of thing we can do that, yeah. The other model we have explored is we are in a temperate region. We don't grow mangoes, we don't grow rice. So some of the students can come and do the coursework in Michigan, but they can do the field research either here in India or in Malaysia or in Thailand or some other countries. So these are the kind of models that could develop. Dual degree programs are a bit difficult. At least we find it difficult. Maybe in Thailand and Malaysia, you find it easy. But to accept credits from each other, it takes a long time. You have to go through the whole system. But this type of sandwich degree program or faculty serving on students committee and so on, that becomes very easy. So with that, we want to, now we've got a lot of perspective. Can we open up for some questions, please? Yeah.
Felicitation.
Yeah. Please questions, huh? Is there? Please come forward. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
A very good evening.
Yes.
This is Karan Shivram Gule from Dr. Babasaheb Sawant Kogan Krishi Vidyapit. As a student, I got an opportunity to be the part of International Student Exchange Program at Hue University of Agriculture and Forestry, Vietnam. It was really a mind-broadening experience, and the cultural shocks what we get and what new things we learn was really a good experience. That we have just concentrated the thought of Asia just as a small continent. But within Asia and North Asia, but within South Asia, there is so much diversity that we come to know while in this our training program. However, my question is that globalization of education, what we are talking about, there is different standards of evaluation in different countries. The standard of evaluation hampers the education when we are talking about international education. For example, if a student pursues his master's in Netherlands, there the marking system is very tough. And when he comes back again to India for pursuing his further studies or PhD studies, there he gets difficulty due to the strict marking system. Here what students, I feel that students get difficulties when they are thinking about international education because of different standards of different countries and different marking and different assessment patterns. There, I think, can there be some uniformity in entire global culture of education? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This is the session, only session where internationalization is being discussed. The UGC has taken a decision and the government of India has decided to permit foreign universities to establish their campuses. One or two with the permission of the UGC. I think it would have been much better to focus on something what is in the basket, because I find myself that when these universities will come, there is going to be two types of challenges before our universities. The universities which are going to come, they are going to recruit faculty in a large number. Otherwise, also most of the universities in India are falling short of quality faculty. With the attraction for the pay package which they will be offering in India, it is likely that there is a big danger that most of the faculty who are competent, they may like to move to these universities. What will happen to the public supported, public institution, means public supported universities? That is one question. Second is, these universities are going to offer the, is it, means I did not find any clue on this. whether the faculty and the facilities which are going to be provided by them here are going to be the same type of the same standard which in their parent country they are running the campuses. If it is there, then it will be more beneficial for the students because they will be paying very huge amount of fees. But if there is a change in that, only for the namesake for coming for 1 week, some foreign faculty comes here and then goes back, and then rest of the things, then probably students are likely to be cheated for that. So these are 2-3 aspects. I thought that somebody will speak, so there would have been discussion. But I think we have escaped a very important topic. I think if there is a scope somewhere, please see that this is campuses of the reputed universities in the country. We started 3 times, but because of the lack of political will, it did not materialize. Now it has materialized. But we have to see that good universities come here, they establish their campuses, and at a reasonable price, the same type of education which our students, if they would have moved to foreign country, if they get it here, it will be a boon. Otherwise, it will be just a commercialization of the education. Thank you.
Thank you very much. These are very good questions. I will just give perspective of our university. Our university has decided that, at least for India, we will not open any campus here. But our approach will be to develop deep partnership with the universities here. We will not opening a campus is a very major undertaking. Sometimes it costs more money to deploy faculty here than to have the faculty in our own campuses. So we will not be opening. Our strategy is that we will partner with existing universities, but we want to deepen those partnerships. So for example, we had 8 students come from BSKKV to Michigan State University for 1 month period. Hopefully next time they can come for the whole semester or for the whole growing season, or maybe for a whole year or something. That's the type of approach we want to take. Also for us to establish laboratories here will be very expensive and very things. So we do not plan to do that. Maybe some other private universities like Harvard and MIT and others, they may come and open campuses, but we do not have plan to open the campuses. Maybe you can say something.
And sir, I would like to add one thing here. We have done the MOUs with the Western Sydney University, Australia, and they are kind enough to establish their one center, that is campus at Bengaluru. The process is already going on. So they say that the same facilities will be here, and the students' fees which we are charging over there to go into the Australia is too much. And they will be trained over in the Bangalore campus. They will get the lesser fees, so that the number of students can come to the university and they get the dual degrees from the same university as well as the Western Sydney. Both the degrees.
You want to say anything? Can we go for felicitation?
This session, it is time to felicitate the overseas candidates which are present over here. I request Dr. Shahare sir to felicitate Nopadin Piramat Chulalongkorn University by offering shawl, Srifal, bouquet and university gift. Thank you, sir. Further, I request Shahare sir to felicitate Dr. Aranya Ponkor Pist from Thailand by offering shawl, Srifal, bouquet and university gift. Thank you, madam. I request Dr. Savadekar sir to felicitate Uma Rani Singh from Putra University, Malaysia by offering a shawl, Srifal, bouquet and university gift. Thank you, madam. Further, I request Dr. Savadekar sir to felicitate the Miss Siti Jahar Sakim by offering shawl, Srifal, bouquet and the university gift. I request. Thank you, madam. I request Tawan sir to felicitate Tanarunga R from Thailand by offering shawl, Srifal, bouquet and university gift. Thank you, sir. I again request Dr. Chavan sir to felicitate Dr. Manoj Kamble sir by offering shawl, Srifal, bouquet and university gift. Thank you, sir. So with permission of chair, I declare that this session is over and immediately we are going further ahead to the sixth session.
Thank you very much.
We're at the flag end now. The last session is at Indian Knowledge System. I request in odd situation to Dr. Ramasundar sir and in Dr. Jain sir to kindly be as a chair this one session in the Indian Knowledge System. And I request Marathi sir to be here because the Vice Chancellor sir, R.D. Kulkarni sir is online. Please. Please, sir. And Dr. Rajan Redukar sir, ex-Vice Chancellor of Mumbai University and Open University, they are also online. Dr. Sunita Pandey, she is also online. Online, yes, please. And Dr. R.D. Kulkarni sir, please. They are online. Without wasting much of time, because Honorable Vice Chancellor of Mumbai University, Dr. R.D. Kulkarni sir is with us. He can chair the session also. Dr. Marathi is here. He is a co-chair again. And members, Dr. Rajan Velkar sir, he is also with us. Thank you very much, sir, for being joining with too long, I can say late. Even because in the morning we are been supposed to be start at 4:35, but due to the extension of some of the sessions, we have been too late. I also request to Dr. Sunita Pandey to be online. We heartily welcome you online by offering a book here online itself. And so I'll start the session and give the we'll hand over the mic to Dr. Kulkarni sir, please.
Just 1 minute. I request Dr. Patange sir to act as a rapporteur as well as Dr. A.S. Pause sir to act as a rapporteur of this session. Please, Dr. Patange sir and Dr. Pause sir, please take your seat. Thank you, sir. And sir, now you can continue, please.
Should I initiate the session?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible completely? Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very clear.
Okay. Good evening to all. So we have eminent panelists associated with us, Professor Rajan Velkar, the former Vice Chancellor of University of Mumbai, and Yashwantraj Chavan, Maharashtra Open University. And then Dr. Sunita Pandey, IKS Center for IKS Center. Then Dr. Dinkar Marathe, Director Ratnagiri Sub-Center, Kavi Kulguru Kalidas Sanskrit University. So before I hand over to all panelists for presenting their views on IKS, I just make a initial remark, opening remark, so that the panelists now thereafter could start with their views and presentation about IKS. Of course, as a part of national education policy, and probably IKS has been a new introduction into the curricular framework. And if you go back the Maharashtra University GR, either with reference to 20th April GR connected to UG program or 4th July connected to engineering program. So the IKS as a generic of 2 credits have been introduced at first year, and those who are willing to continue continue IKS with subject specific, then under individual subjects under different faculty, additional 2 credits of subject specific IKS has also been introduced. There are UGC guidelines very much clear about what could have been the connected features for IKS curriculum at UG program and what could have been the connected features with reference to postgraduate program. One of the key observation and key theme that UGC has come out with the curricular framework is to look into the scientific reality connected with the IKS. So anything that is scientifically documented, anything that is connected with a scientific wisdom, anything that has been like in case of an empirical subject, if it is if it could be empirically observed, can all that becomes a part of an IKS as a part of curriculum. And now here clearly AICT has taken up a great lead and has established centers of IKS across all IITs, NITs, and even at few universities as well. Like in Mumbai, we have Somaiya University, which has started IKS center with the approval of AICT from this year itself. So many of the NITs and IITs have already started working on research under IKS from last 2 years, and probably whatever the scientific documentation which has been carried on IKS now is becoming the part of the curricular framework. Professor Mahadevan from IIM Bangalore was the first to write a authentic textbook with due approval of an AICT, and we do now find that there are several research papers that are appearing now even in international journals like elsewhere, say for example, IKS in reference to chemistry and metallurgy, in reference to IKS. So that IKS is now probably getting very much documented and familiarized. But only thing, there are few clarifications which are required to be done with with reference to IKS before I pass it on to the eminent panelist. Okay, so one thing that needs to be kept in mind, that IKS is not merely knowing about some ancestral knowledge. Okay, that's what one needs to keep in mind. In fact, what we look at, like we always think about IKS as something, a well-documented, scientifically proven, received wisdom, and protecting them for the purpose of an economic security as well as national pride of our country on a global front. So we would like to have a right documentation, need to provide the right evidences. Wherever it is empirical sciences, okay, there has to be a right empirical understanding. Say, for example, as an example, if you are talking about any processes that are documented, let us say like under chemistry with reference to alchemy given by Nagarjuna, then probably those processes, whether it is connected to zinc processing or whether it is connected to other metals, then that IKS center must perform empirical observations based on what is being provided as a process and reconnect with that in the form of an evidence. We are well aware that main part of an IKS wisdom is in the form of an oral form, and that definitely presents a issue when particularly in 21st century, where we always look for something as a evidence in the form of a scientific publication, publications across international journals, or in the form of copyrights, patents, and likewise. And that is what we did observe, that a US company was awarded a patent for neem as a pesticide. Although we recognized from generations that use of neem as a pesticide is a well-known wisdom. But since it was not documented, as a result of that, the US company got awarded with the patent on neem as a pesticide. And in spite of CSR taking up a lot of efforts under the leadership of Professor Mashalkar, we failed in our efforts to get the US patents on products of the neem tree getting cancelled. However, taking clue from that, when a similar patent was granted on turmeric powder, okay, when a similar patent was granted on powder, then Professor Mashalkar and his team undertook extensive efforts, and then CSR in that year successfully forced US Patent Office to revoke the patent which is granted on use of powdered turmeric for wound healing, okay, which is again a known fact. But since it was not documented, okay, so Mashalkar has to undertake extensive survey and then located some documentations on that, and that is how that success lead to successful revoking of patent on the turmeric powder. So that's what we are well aware, particularly probably Dapoli, like being an agriculture university, we know that under the agriculture, in fact, we have a lot of traditional wisdom which needs to be scientifically documented with right evidences. So probably I will just talk about what Indian knowledge system talks about, like just going by the three terms, Indian knowledge and system. So with reference to Indian, we would say anything that is working as an indigenous source of knowledge generated by the Indian society over the generations. Okay, that stands for the term Indian. When I'm talking about knowledge, probably I just would like to take up that elaboration of the term knowledge. Something that is emanating from the wisdom and insights arising out of deep experiences. Okay, deep like generation to generation observations and being documented. then which is connected with the various ways of experimentation, which are connected with a right mode of analysis and characterization, which are being very much validated, which are being like whatever process, whatever product, whatever knowledge that has been emanating out of this process is under the process of continuous improvement and getting augmented further, which adds to the repository of knowledge in the form of literature sources and probably it's something which is common. Okay, so like say something that is common for day-to-day issues, or probably something that is included as a part of spiritual part. Okay, let us not include that as a part of knowledge. Okay, so knowledge emanating from the wisdom based on experiences, observations, and experimentation only. And then with reference to the two terms, Indian and knowledge, okay, we would say system, okay, which naturally in scientific terminology, we would say it talks about a structured methodology and right classification scheme so as to available, so as to understand, so as to make it available, a corpus of knowledge which could be accessible and which could be easily proven. So from that angle, okay, we would see that IKS is being covered under basic and applied sciences, mathematics, astronomy, plant sciences. Under engineering technology, we do observe something connected with metalworking technology, shipbuilding, dams and watershed management in the form of civil engineering, alchemy, cosmetics, perfumes, dyes, town planning and architecture. Okay, so when we look at health, really, Ayurveda is one of the real domain of knowledge, where you have Charak Samhita, Susruta Samhita, Ashtanga Adhyaya, which provides a wealth of information on health and wellness. Then you have philosophical systems in the form of yoga and Upanishads, which are discussing various philosophical aspects as well as wellness of human being. Niti Shastras really inform the, okay, so when you look at Panchatantra or other like many Niti Shastras, okay, we would say that either one is talking about a Samanya Niti, which is dealing with elements of good living, role of ethics and morality, and Rajniti, when you talk about, it deals with public administration and governance. So this is probably something that is connected with IKS, like which we are trying to cover as a part of curriculum, in addition to like aesthetics, kavyas, performing arts. Okay, so where we have a rich contributions. So this is what I just would like to make an opening remark, and I just request the panelists to make presentations, present their views on IKS to begin with. So I just initiate the panel discussion to begin with. So I invite Professor Rajan Velukar to make his remarks on IKS as an eminent panelist.
I think you can invite the industry first.
Who is representing Unilever?
Yeah. So that we will know the industry perspective into the Indian knowledge system. And then I can join.
The organizers who is representing Hindustan Unilever? Organizers, please, like one who, like the panelist representing Hindustan Unilever. That's how I see from the.
I think it's morning he is here, but I don't know who is there. Nobody is there from the industry.
Nobody is there from the industry.
So I just wanted 3 or 4 minutes because my cooker is on, and then those whistling will come. So you can start with somebody and then I will join after.
Professor Sunita is already joined and she is connected to IKS. I just request Professor Sunita to make her presentation, please.
सभी को मेरा सादर नमस्कार. Because this session, we are talking to the subject national education policy. तो मुझको लगता है कि इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम अगर सबसे पहला सेशन होता तो ये मेरे को अच्छा लगता, Anyways, मैंने सभी sessions सुने, and it is really wonderful to listen all the recommendations of all the sessions. I will be talking in this session about the use of IKS in agriculture sector, because I am professor in the University of GB Pant Agriculture University. That is the first agriculture university, all of you know, not only of India but Asia. And recently I got a center for IKS Center for Vriksha Ayurveda. Vriksha Ayurveda means application of Ayurveda in plant sciences. तो जब हम इसमें वृक्ष आयुर्वेद को एग्रीकल्चर का पूरा पर्सपेक्टिव देखते हैं, तो इट मैचेस विद आवर, आई कैन से, एक्यूरेट नेचुरल फार्मिंग. वैसे तो आजकल नेचुरल फार्मिंग का काफी पॉपअप है विषय, and one of my previous speaker was telling that natural farming is just we need to wait rain, let rain come, or but it is not like that. Though the father of natural farming has quoted, Masanobu Fukuoka, he is a Japanese philosopher, he quoted that do nothing. But our sages, our Indian system of knowledge, kabhi nahi kehta do nothing. If we explore our Indian knowledge system with respect to agriculture, we have a great heritage. And once I use the word heritage, there is difference between heritage and ancient science. Ancient means जो कभी था important, कभी हम करते थे, but now it is not important. But heritage is very, very important in spite of whether it was included in our curriculum or it was not included in our curriculum, or we did science on that or we did not, but it is continuous being done by the farmers. So there is, I mean, a huge difference. Sometimes we don't understand this difference. So heritage is actual, what do you call, Indian knowledge system. And if I have scanned almost all the documents of Indian heritage, and I found that we have a great legacy of science, from seed treatment to land treatment to our sages has suggested almost all the practices, nutrient management, irrigation management, plant protection, wonderful practices of plant protection, biotechnology. Definitely the terms are different. Suppose biotechnology, the term was used Chitrikaranam. So biotechnology was there, but it is lacking in our curriculum. So it is my humble request that all those literature, all those documents, they need to be studied, they need to be researched. अध्ययन की जरूरत है, अनुसंधान की जरूरत है, then validation and documentation की जरूरत है in present perspective, because I am doing validation of, I have done, in fact, my 10 of the students, they have already done, and they have published papers also. They have done thesis and MSc and PhD students. So there is a lot to be validated and in present perspective and practiced and popularized. So हमें उन सब ग्रंथों को अध्ययन करना पड़ेगा, और अध्ययन करके उसको हमें टेक्स्ट बुक बनाने पड़ेंगे, उस पर अनुसंधान करना पड़ेगा, उसका टेक्स्ट बुक बनाना पड़ेगा, उसको करिकुलम में लाना पड़ेगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई विल कोट एन एग्जाम्पल, बिकॉज वो जो प्रोडक्ट है उस पर हम 8 से 10 थीसिस जमा हमारे स्टूडेंट्स कर चुके हैं, एंड इट इज वेल प्रूवन नाउ. आई हैव वर्कड विद एस्पर आल्सो, और TKDL जो CSIR का है उसके साथ भी हम काम कर रहे हैं. दैट इज द हर्बल कुनाप जेल. It is a preparation mentioned in our Vriksha Ayurveda for the nourishment of plant. Not only nourishment, but it also protects the plant from various kinds of diseases and insects also. So originally it was Kunap gel, but we have modified the contribution, the path-breaking contribution of Asian Agri History Foundation. The founder was Dr. Y.L. Nani, and he modified Kunap gel because it was prepared with animal-based product, and now we prepare from plant-based product. So it is now herbal kunab gel. So it is working tremendous. It is working tremendously. It is a fermented liquid biofertilizer cum biostimulant. तो जो हमारा Indian system of knowledge in agriculture है, that is tremendous. और the painful thing is that in our faculty also, अगर मैं आज किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी की फैकल्टी को सर्वे करूं तो मुझे लगता है कि 2% लोगों को भी नहीं मालूम है कि वृक्ष आयुर्वेद के अंदर क्या है। वृक्ष आयुर्वेद एक ऐसा डॉक्यूमेंट है जो कि हमारे पास उसकी ओरिजिनल कॉपी नहीं है। इट इज लाइंग विद ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी इन वन ऑफ द लाइब्रेरी नोन एज बोडलियन लाइब्रेरी। तो वहां से डॉक्टर नैने ने उसको किसी तरीके से लिया, लेकिन मेन कॉपी अभी उनके पास है। ओरिजिनल कॉपी इज विद ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी। और उसके बाद अगर मैं अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी में जा करके पूछती हूँ कि भाई वृक्ष आयुर्वेद में क्या है, इसको मालूम नहीं है। विद द एफर्ट्स ऑफ एशियन एग्री हिस्ट्री फाउंडेशन हमने उस पर बहुत काम किया और उसी के बेसिस पर मिनिस्ट्री से ये वृक्ष आयुर्वेद का रिसर्च एंड ट्रेनिंग सेंटर हमारे विश्वविद्यालय को मिला है। तो माय हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट इज दोज ऑल डॉक्यूमेंट्स, इट इज वृक्ष आयुर्वेद, इट इज कश्यपीय कृषि सूक्ति, इट इज बृहद संहिता, तो इन सब का एशियन एग्री हिस्ट्री ने इसका अनुवाद किया है, ट्रांसलेशन किया है, उसको डॉक्यूमेंट किया है और अब उसको हमें वैलिडेशन R&D इज द मेजर फर्स्ट एरिया।
नमस्ते पांडे मैडम, थोड़ा हमें समाप्त करना होगा।
ठीक है, ओके, I will be summing up it within 2 minutes. So my request is to this esteemed forum that all our indigenous knowledge in agriculture written by our sages through various documents, they need to be included deeply in the curricula. It is being done, but it is not so deeply. So with this word, I am hopeful that this IKS Center of Vriksha Ayurveda Research and Training established in our university will definitely show the path in time to come. Thank you.
Now I request Professor Rajan Velukarji to express views.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm sure I have to speak for 3 minutes or 4 minutes. What is the time? 3, 4, 5, whatever.
Yes, sir. 3 to 4. Yes, sir.
Huh?
3 to 4 minutes, sir.
3, 4 minutes. Okay. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. And on the eve of Christmas and the coming New Year, I would like to wish each one of you, those who are present and those who are listening online, a very happy and prosperous New Year to each one of you. Let me first tell you that I am not an expert in Indian knowledge system, though I have been beneficial of Indian knowledge system. And therefore, whatever wisdom or whatever experiences I had, I would like to put before all of you. And I would like to give a very, very different perspective. Though I taught Vedic mathematics, as my subject is mathematics and statistics, I know about it, but I'm not going to talk on Vedic mathematics. But I would like to give a very, very different perspective, and that perspective which we need to understand from the chairman's remark. Chairman said that Indian is, he has defined knowledge and he has defined systems. So if you ask me what is the most important word in the three things, is systems. Now what we need to do in this century or any century in coming century, we need to capture the systems and systems thinking. The moment you capture that systems thinking, then the knowledge which has already been created will be useful to all of us. And therefore we should look it from a very, very different perspective. Of course, we should know the knowledge which has already been created, for which we need to study. But it is not a photocopy. By doing a photocopy, you are not going to achieve anything. And therefore, you go back, regress, understand what the knowledge they created and what the systems they use. The moment you move into the systems thinking framework, then you will be able to utilize the knowledge which has already been created. Because we are living in a universe, and universe is expanding every moment. Dr. Kulkarni used another word, which is wisdom, a very, very important word. If you ask me what is the most important word is between knowledge and wisdom, it is the wisdom. Because you may have knowledge, but you may not have wisdom. Wisdom is the most important thing. And therefore, I would like to define this. Wisdom is one of the most misunderstood words in any of the languages of the world. Mostly, the misunderstanding has arisen because of the word knowledge. Knowledge and wisdom are two different things. People think both are identical, synonymous. In reality, they are just the opposite of each other. The knowledgeable man is not the wise man, may not be the wise man. The knowledgeable man is simply covering up his ignorance by collecting all kinds of information from the outside. His scholarship is great, may be great. His information is vast, which anyway in today's world we get it. His memory may be very rich, but he is still not wise, because wisdom has nothing to do with scholarship, nothing to do with scriptures, nothing to do with memory either. Wisdom is the name of pure intelligence which one gets. Of course, knowledge he should have, the past knowledge, and that is what we do in research. We go back and then look what research has been done, and then we go further and try and find out something new, which is very much needed in this world. It is a spontaneous flowering of your being that is the wisdom. So that spontaneity on the basis of whatever knowledge, otherwise people may use it as it is as a photocopy. No, I am not talking about photocopying it, but I am talking using that and going beyond and bringing that spontaneity. And the moment you are spontaneous, then that wisdom will come to you, which is more important than knowledge, because knowledge may come from outside also. Knowledge may come from knowledge will come from outside environment. Wisdom comes from your innermost core. Knowledge is always borrowed. Wisdom is never borrowed. Neither can you take it from anybody, nor can you give it to anybody. It is just you can get the information. And therefore, this word knowledge is, we have to look at it from a very, very different perspective. And therefore, we should move towards wisdom. So what is the most important word for knowledge? In fact, in my perspective, if we call it as Indian knowing systems. Say, I studied astrology. Wonderful, excellent. The kind of mathematics and statistics which is involved in that is amazing. But the research has stopped. Research has stopped because yesterday's sun and today's sun is different. And if it is different, then you will have to bring wisdom. You will have to collect data. You will have to do research. Of course, you have a knowledge. But if you are going to use that knowledge as it is of no use. And therefore, Indian knowledge system, I would say it should be called as Indian knowing system. The moment you will understand the perspective of knowing the logic, the rationality, and the emotionality into it, and then you will be able to move further. And therefore, I would like to say, in 1 minute, I will finish. knowledge versus knowing. We should understand what is knowledge and what is knowing. The more you know, less you begin to be spontaneous. Because you know, and then you do a photocopy. We see the students are also doing that. Last year's project ko leke aao, usko copy karo, uska cover badlo aur de do. No. And therefore in education system, we need to bring reflection, reflective system. And therefore in assessment, we call it as assessment as learning. Assessment for learning, abhi nahi baat karte hain. Assessment as learning, where you are empowering that particular child to take charge of his learning and take charge of his life. That empowerment has to come. So knowledge means whatever accumulation we have done, that is the knowledge. Experiences of your own or of others. But knowledge means the dead past, which we have to use it. I am just using a word. Knowledge is always of the past. Knowing is always here and now. And knowledge is always of the past. From this perspective, I am saying we may call this as Indian knowing system. So the moment we understand the rationality which our past Indians, past knowledgeable people have done, like Patanjali, there is nobody we have produced after Patanjali to give that kind of knowledge. We could not provide anybody other than Shankaracharya, the methodology of Shankaracharya. Why? Because we have gone into that structured thing. We have gone into knowledge and we have not gone into knowing and the wisdom. The moment we go into knowing and wisdom, I am sure we will be able to achieve what we want to achieve and what our ancient people have achieved. Ano bhadraha kratavo yantu vishvata. And secondly is Sahana Bhavatu, we always say before starting, that is the key. Thank you. I have taken much time, but thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson, for giving me an opportunity. And I thank Dapoli Krishi Vidyapit for giving me an opportunity. Thank you. Thank you very much.
हरि ओम् मंचे उपस्थिताः मान्यवराः आभासी माध्यमेन उपस्थिताः अध्यक्षाः मान्यवराः पुरतः उपस्थिताः सज्जनाः विद्वांसः सर्वेभ्यो नमः। आज के इस अंतरराष्ट्रीय परिषद के अंतिम सेशन में हम हैं। भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा, इस अंतरराष्ट्रीय सेशन में भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा को भी एक डेडिकेटेड सेशन के रूप में स्थान देने के लिए मैं आयोजकों का हृदय से आभार प्रकट करता हूं, क्योंकि ये अत्यंत आवश्यक विषय है। नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा का हमेशा से ध्येय रहा है वसुधैव कुटुंबकम और आनो भद्रा क्रतवो यन्तु विश्वतः। विश्व के सभी ओर से हमें ज्ञान प्राप्त हो, यही हमारी भावना है। आज इस अंतरराष्ट्रीय परिषद ने भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा को ग्लोबल बना दिया है, इस विषय को अंतरराष्ट्रीय बना दिया है। IKS भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा जो विषय है वह संकल्पना अभी नहीं है, नए स्ट्रक्चर में इसको लाया गया है। भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा तो पुरानी है, 17वें शतक तक हमारे पास मौखिक परंपरा थी, बहुत दृढ़ लेखन की परंपरा थी, हमारे पास प्रयोग की परंपरा थी। लेकिन 17वें शतक के बाद कुछ यह परंपरा लुप्त हो गई। पश्चात अभी 20 से 30 वर्षों पूर्व से बीज रूप में इस परंपरा को पुनर्जीवित करने का कार्य संस्कृत विश्वविद्यालय और इतर विश्वविद्यालयों द्वारा किया जा रहा था। उसको एक नए स्ट्रक्चर के साथ हमारे सामने NEP में लाया गया है। तो यह स्ट्रक्चर इस प्रकार है, इस संकुचित भाव को, भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा को संकुचित न रखते हुए इसको बहुत विस्तृत स्वरूप यहाँ पर प्रदान किया गया है। इसमें न केवल संस्कृत वाङ्मय है अपितु सर्व प्रकार का भारतीय वाङ्मय इसमें है, मौखिक परंपरा इसमें है, ओरल ट्रेडिशंस जो प्रैक्टिस में है लेकिन डॉक्यूमेंटेड नहीं है, ऐसी परंपराओं को भी इसमें लिया गया है। और जो लेखन परंपरा केवल टेक्सचुअल माध्यम रूप में हमारे बीच उपस्थित है, उनको साइंटिफिक रिसर्च द्वारा, केस स्टडी द्वारा रिस्ट्रक्चर बनाने हेतु भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा में काम करना है। यही भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा का उद्देश्य है। अभी यहाँ एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी में एनईपी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन की दृष्टि से अगर भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा की ओर देखें तो यहाँ पर कुछ अत्यंत अमूल्य विषय, प्राचीन विषय हमारे सामने प्रस्तुत हो रहे हैं। उनमें से एक प्रोफेसर मैडम ने बताया कि वृक्षायुर्वेद का विषय है, और सुबह प्रोफेसर पुरी सर ने बताया कि डॉक्टर नेने जिन्हें नागपुर में बहुत इस पर काम किया है, उन्होंने स्ट्रक्चर्ड काम करने की बहुत कोशिश की है, और भी इसमें केस स्टडीज के द्वारा अध्ययन करना आवश्यक है। और उसमें कृषि पराशर और मेघगर्भ लक्षण, और एक सबसे महत्वपूर्ण विषय जो दकारगल विज्ञान का जो विषय है, बृहद संहिता का एक अध्याय है दकारगल। दक अर्थात उदक जल, और दक अर्गल, अर्गल अर्थात जल की शिराएं। तो जल शिराओं का अध्ययन करने का विज्ञान मैं हमेशा से कहता हूं कि जो प्रासंगिकता को हम जब देखते हैं तो हमें आज के समय में हमारे जो प्राचीन विषय है उसकी उपयोगिता अभी तुरंत, अभी तत्कालिक समय में हो रही है क्या, इसको भी हमें ध्यान देना जरूरी है। और तत्काल में इन विषयों की आवश्यकता है क्या, यह भी देखना जरूरी है। अगर इस दृष्टि से देखा जाए तो मेघ गर्भ लक्षण का जो विषय बताया गया है बृहद संहिता में, और जो दकारगल का विषय बताया गया है, और जो वृक्षायुर्वेद का विषय बताया गया है, वह तात्कालिक विज्ञान के साथ चलने वाले विषय है। अर्थात इनको हम इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी स्टडी के अंतर्गत ले सकते हैं। अन्यथा कुछ विषय ऐसे होते हैं कि तत्काल उसकी आवश्यकता हमें नहीं होती, प्राचीन में वह विषय, लेकिन यह जो विषय है दकारगल विज्ञान, क्योंकि भूमि अंतर्गत जल ज्ञान का जो विज्ञान है उसमें हम सपोर्ट सिस्टम की तरह आधुनिक विज्ञान के साथ खड़े हो सकते हैं, और भूगर्भ और वृक्षायुर्वेद में भी हम सपोर्ट सिस्टम की तरह काम कर सकते हैं। हमें बहुत बड़ा नहीं सोचना है, छोटे 2 क्रेडिट के बारे में अभी सोचना है। अभी मेरी ऐसी इच्छा है कि हमारा संस्कृत विश्वविद्यालय है, हम तो साहित्यिक दृष्टि से अध्ययन करते हैं, और यह विश्वविद्यालय प्रायोगिक अध्ययन कृषि पर कर रहा है। तो साहित्यिक जो कृषि से संबंधित विषय है और जो यहाँ प्रायोगिक अध्ययन उसका होता है, तो इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी अध्ययन के द्वारा हम सबसे पहले छोटे से हम प्रारंभ करते हैं, 1-2 क्रेडिट का कोर्स हम प्रारंभ करेंगे। तत्पश्चात उसके द्वारा हम इस अभ्यासक्रम को आकर्षक बनाएंगे, कुतूहल कारक बनाएंगे, तत्पश्चात हम इसको संशोधन के प्रति ले जाएंगे। इतना कह करके मैं
It's very really interesting. Now I request Kulkarni sir to kindly sum up, and we have to finish up this session, sir. Kulkarni sir.
Good evening to all. We have 3 panelists presenting diverse aspects of Indian knowledge system. Dr. Pandey talking about the heritage of wealth associated with Indian agriculture. It's really good to know that she has been awarded IKS Center, and through her IKS Center we expect some additional experimentation and corresponding documentation on wealth of information in near future, so that IKS could have been really documented as a scientific foundation. Professor Rajan Medukar, former Vice Chancellor, University of Mumbai, and YCMOU, has tried to split the connected words with reference to wisdom, and probably in his view, rather than presenting as IKS in the form of Indian knowledge system, it should have been Indian knowing system. Then we have Professor Marathi from Kavi Kulaguru Kalidas Sanskrit University, and he has highlighted the contributions of the Sanskrit University in the form of bringing the real wealth of information connected to IKS to begin with, and which has been, their efforts have been recognized, and accordingly the IKS has been taken up forward as a regular part under the UG and PG curriculum as per the guidelines of the UGC itself. Friends, in fact, I congratulate the Agriculture University Dapoli for taking up this one of the key important aspects. As Professor Pandey rightly pointed out, this should have been earlier. The session should have been given an initial place so that the more discussion could have been taken up, because this has been a new addition, and actually there appears to be a lot of different terminologies, maybe sometimes connected confusion also. Then that requires a lot of training of teachers also we require, because implementing as a part of curriculum is one part, and then having a right teachers for teaching generic IKS and subject specific IKS is second part, because that requires a lot of training. And maybe sometimes one needs to have a e-content development. Professor Mahadevan has developed a course on IKS, which has been now loaded on IKS SWAYAM platform. So, of course, just last 1 minute, okay, where I just would like to cover up the chemistry part, because since I am coming from that background. Okay, so IKS, if you just take up as a something connected with a documented part, then we would see there it appears to have a wealth of documentation as far as chemistry and metallurgical part is concerned. For example, from first millennium BCE, we had very good knowledge of glass manufacture, and that's what we always see. We had a very good knowledge about glazing for pottery in the form of a variety of the colors. And just last part, okay, before I conclude, okay, I would like to say that we have a classical alchemy in the form of Rasa Shastra, Rasa Vidya, Dhatu Vidya, okay, where one would find lot of documented processes for metallurgical aspects. Wood steel, for example, we have a unparalleled technologies available for making steel, and this particular wood steel was widely sought for manufacture of swords all across the world. Till 18th century, I think that was being well available. But when British like took over in our country, and then they tried to have like a replacement of this technology by cheaper technology with first industrial revolution, and they made our products expensive by way of imposing taxes, and that's how the technology of wood steel slowly disappeared from the market. There are many such things. Anyway, the IKS will bring that in the form. IKS is not just a curriculum. Okay, one needs to take up it even as a part of research, and it's good thing that we are getting good publications since 2020 onwards. So I congratulate the organizers for taking up this IKS as a part of different themes under NEP. I congratulate the agriculture universities taking up now NEP as a part of their curriculum development also, because just Indian Council of Agriculture Research have announced that now NEP will be implemented even for an agricultural curriculum as well. So that's how the traditional universities like ours and agriculture universities now could work together so as to make the overall curriculum really multidisciplinary, so that a student of an engineering could take up some courses on agriculture and vice versa under different disciplines. So thanks to all of you. I extend my best wishes for the Happy New Year and extend thanks to the organizers for inviting me to be the chairperson for this particular panel discussion. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you, sir. I am thankful on the behalf of organizers to Professor Dr. R.D. Kulkarni, sir, Vice Chancellor, Mumbai University, then Dr. Rajan Goyukar, sir, ex-Vice Chancellor, Mumbai University, as well as the Yashwantrao Chauhan, Open Maharashtra University, Dr. Sunita Pandey, Madam, and Dr. Priyanka Kaur, Madam. All of these were present on online mode and they have contributed for this particular session. Similarly, now I request Dr. Patange sir to felicitate Dr. Dinkar Marathe sir, who is director of the Mumbai University Sub-Center Ratnagiri, by offering shawl, Srifal, bouquet and university gift.
अपने लैंड में नहीं, वो गवर्नमेंट दे रहा था, केसरकर साहब दे रहे एरिया वहाँ।
Thank you, sir. So with permission of chair, I declare that this session is over, and immediately after this session, now we are starting for the plenary session, the culminating session of the entire day's marathon discussions regarding the higher education in agriculture. So this plenary session, I request again Dr. S.N. Puri sir, ex-Vice Chancellor of this university and Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapiti and Central Agriculture University in Imphal to act as a chairperson. Similarly, I also request Dr. Magar sir, ex-Vice Chancellor of this university, to join Dr. S.N. Puri sir as coordinator. Similarly, I also request Dr. Rajaram Deshmukh sir, the ex-Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapit, to join as a coordinator. And also I request Dr. S.D. Sawant sir to join, to come on the dais to act as the coordinator for this plenary session. So with permission of chair, I request Dr. V.K. Patil sir to present the I request Dr. Devginikar sir to present the deliberations and report and proceedings of the team number first, that is access to quality education, equitable and inclusive education, issues of socio-economically disadvantaged group, SEDGM. Dr. Devgirikar, sir, please.
Good evening, all of you. I'm here to read the recommendations and the proceedings of this first thing. These are as follow. First, the procedure for the admission need to be suitably modified to give more opportunities to the students from rural and farming background. Second one, the autonomy to be given in letter and spirit, even for government agricultural universities to implement novel strategies to attract better talents and foreign students. The third one is modifications in academic regulations at council level to implement NEP provisions like multiple entry, multiple exits. Then the blended learning to be adopted with all its benefits rather than only online or the distance learning. And the last one is enhanced industry involvement for the hands-on experience and incorporating industry requirements. Thank you.
Thank you, Devgir, sir. Then I will invite Dr. P.J. Shirsagar, sir, to present the proceedings of the theme number 2 and theme number 3 jointly. That is holistic education through integration of skilling, industry connect, and employmentability. And the theme number 3 is innovation and entrepreneurship. Dr. Shirsagar, sir, please. Dr. Shirsagar, please. We'll take that part later on. Then I will call upon Dr. R.R. Rathod, sir, for presenting the recommendations of the 4th theme, that is research and development.
Good evening all. I am here to read the proceeding on research and development, scientific research and socio-economic development. Dr. S.S. Magar, the former Vice Chancellor of Dr. Babasaheb Sawant Konkan Krishi Vidyapeeth Dapoli, chaired this session. And Dr. S.A. Ranpise, the Dean and DA of MPK Ravuri, served as co-chair. Other panelists included Dr. Rajaram Deshmukh, the former Vice Chancellor, MPK Ravuri, Dr. S.D. Sawant, the former Vice Chancellor, DBS KKV Dapoli, Dr. N.C. Rane, CEO of NCR Consultancy, and Sri Vinayak Kaship, Executive Council Member of Dr. B.S. KKV Dapoli. They emphasized the following crucial suggestions for NEP 2020 implementation. For sustainable agriculture production, SWOT analysis needs to be done. To develop climate resilient varieties and technologies, a multidisciplinary and multi-locational research network should be established. For nutritious, high-quality food production, the research work on organic farming and value addition needs to be strengthened. For innovative research environments, adequate manpower, competitive grants, and sufficient infrastructure facilities are required. Contribution from university alumni can be a good source of funding to the university. Industry needs applied research on a purely economic basis. University research should be made available to industry and incentive be given to the concerned scientists. Research based on needs. Research emphasis need to be given millet crops, which have international acceptance like basmati rice in World Millet Year 2023 under IFS Research Program ICR New Delhi. At the end, the Chairman Dr. Magar sir narrated the session with questions and answers of the theme. This session was coordinated by Dr. S.D. Naik, Associate Dean College of Fisheries, Ratnagiri, and Dr. Rajesh Rathod, Assistant Professor, College of Agriculture, Dapur. Thank you.
Only correction, we are not called the coordinators. Please, Dr. Torne, Dr. Shingar, and Dr. Chaudhary. Please be on the station. Quick.
I request Dr. Shirsagar, sir, to present the proceedings of the theme number 2 and theme number 3. Dr. Shirsagar, sir. Hello.
respected dais. The rapporteur report for the theme second, holistic education through integration of skilling, industry, connect and employability, and theme third, innovation and entrepreneurship was discussed together. The chairman for the session was Dr. Karim Maredia, Assistant Dean and Director of International Program, Michigan State University, USA, and the co-chairman was Dr. Srinivasan Iyengar, Director, JBIMS, Mumbai. The chairman opened the session with his introductory remarks regarding holistic education through integration of skilling, industry connect, and employability importance in agriculture education for implementation of NEP to 2020 in SAU of Maharashtra. He also narrated the impact of innovations and entrepreneurship integration with industry for strengthening the agriculture education. The first panelist, Mr. Harshavardhan Kikri, CEO of HoloSuite Private Limited, has presented the information regarding the innovation system for virtual reality in agriculture and allied science. Consists of HoloSuites, HoloCapture, HoloXR, HoloProject, etc. to make India leading nation regarding the innovation in the field of artificial intelligence through the small and creative innovations in agriculture field. He also described the scope of HoloSuites in agricultural land and future for Hello World, its scope in agriculture education. He insists students and faculty to innovate in recent development of HoloWorlds. The second panelist, Dr. Srinivas Iyengar, Director, JBIMS, Mumbai, has given the example how they have trained 2,000 people in 1 year by approaching to the industry. He was also insisted to re-innovate the business model for appropriate revenue generation and suitable growth of economy in agriculture sector. The implementation of Industry Institute interface would be the key to solve the problems related to academic institute. The third panelist was Dr. Rajendra Jagdale, MD and CEO Science and Technology Park. He put his view on industry and academia collaborations through venture capital model in agriculture university. He narrated incubation centers should be established in the university for revenue generation and entrepreneurship development to solve the social problems. He also insists on the development of micro entrepreneurship for building unicorn. Dr. Indramani, Vice Chancellor, UNMKV Parbhani, put his view on skill development for robust education system to academia, industry, and institutional collaboration for strengthening SAU by CSR fund. Brigadier P. Ganesham, National Innovators, has given information regarding the small innovations can create change in the life of huge rural people. Then Dr. Prabodh Halde, Vice President, Micro Industry Nashik, insisted innovative ideas should be immediately converted into commercialized, otherwise it will be evaporated. He also insists consumer-grade research. So on this discussions, we have drawn some recommendations. The first recommendation that it is recommended that for the strengthening the agricultural innovations and education in the agriculture university should be integrated with the entrepreneurship and industry by external fund. The second recommendation is on that the students and faculty development of the agriculture university done with the introduction of the artificial intelligence in the education system. The third recommendation is on the agriculture university should re-innovate their business model for self-sustainability. And the last one, this agriculture university should establish their own incubation centers for revenue generation and entrepreneurship development. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivsagar sir. Now I call upon Dr. B.R. Chavan sir for presenting the draft recommendations of the fifth theme, that is internationalization of education. Dr. Chavan sir.
Respected Chair, very good evening all of you and all the dignitaries from foreign countries and all the participants. Very good evening to all of you. I am here to present the recommendation and views of various international delegates, those who are present here. First of all, the session or theme 5, internationalization in education system, chairman was Dr. Karim Maradia, professor, MSU, Michigan State University, USA. Welcome all the panelist members, namely Professor Bodkesar, then Professor Nopodon, Professor Aranya, Professor Channaran from the Chulalongkorn University, Thailand, and from the Putra Malaysia University, Dr. Uma Rani, Professor and Dr. Siti, then Dr. P.U. Sare, Dr. Sawadekar, Dr. Myself, we worked as a coordinator in this session, and following were the brief views of these panelists. Dr. Karim Meradia, Professor, MSU University, MSU has given a brief information of these MSU, mentioned that the university has a two-level approach education program in campus and off campus. MSU working with more than 63 countries with MOU with more than 75 universities globally with different study centers are running under the MOU. Various grants are given to the students and faculty to get international exposure. With these grants, more than 3,000 students are visiting foreign universities per year to get the international exposure to the students. And with this, he has pointed out with all these activities, the MSU is the renowned world grant universities. The next, Professor P.S. Bodkesar pointed out there is a need to have an attractive education policy, attractive education systems, especially multidisciplinary approach should be there in getting higher education, like which is followed in foreign countries. Our Indian students do not have choice to higher education, especially multidisciplinary approach should be there. This can be possible with the MOU between both the universities. The next panelist was Dr. Uma Rani from Putra Malaysia University, has shared her experience with PMU Malaysia. She has pointed out 1:2 ratio, 1:2 ratio in UG PG education systems are followed in her universities. Then plan to offshore degree program is also necessary. Need to have students international symposium in the university to get the international exposure to the students. Same, she has pointed out, same is to be expecting from the collaborative university. Then from Dr. Siti, she has pointed out the motivate to the students for international participation in international symposium to get international exposure by organizing or by participating in international level symposium and workshop. Dr. Aranya from Chulalongkorn University has pointed out the education system followed in Thailand, that is by following the National Education Act, based on the National Education Act, in Thailand they follow the education system in higher education level. Dr. Channaran from Chulalongkorn University has informed that Chulalongkorn University established international higher education program with under MOU between CU Chulalongkorn University and DBS KKV. This center will help exchange the students for their research for 1 or 2 semesters in Chulalongkorn University. Dr. Manoj Kamble from Chulalongkorn University has informed there will be possibilities for international students research exchange facilities in both the university between MOU between both the university. Finally, Dr. S.N. Puri, sir, former Vice Chancellor, has informed that the UGC decision about the establish 1 or 2 international campus. For this, we need to recruit qualified faculty members. Finally, Dr. Karim Meradia, professor, informed that MSU will not open any campus, but will concentrate more on strengthening the collaborative activities. And the session was concluded with vote of thanks to the chair and all the panelists. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chavan sir. I will call upon Dr. S.B. Patanke sir for presenting the draft report of the 6th theme, that is India Knowledge System. Okay, now it is time to felicitate the young professionals who are working in this project for more than 2 years, and actually they are the main behind the curtain, and For that purpose, it is very important to felicitate all those who were involved in this project. I request the chairman of this session, Dr. Magar sir, to felicitate the young professional, that is Iktisma Wavgarkar, by presenting the gift.
All these things. So please kindly. Sir, Jain sir, full lucky, right? Because they are our wives, when we get felicitated. And see, let's move on. Oh, very good. Please come. Next.
Thank you, sir. Then I request Dr. Puri sir to felicitate Snehal Khanvilkar madam as a young professional in this project by offering a gift. Thank you, sir. Again, I request Dr. Puri sir to felicitate Engineer Rohan R. Kadam, a young professional in this project. Rohan R. Kadam.
Next, पुढचं घ्या, चला.
नहीं है? I request Dr. Sawant sir to felicitate Mr. Sahil R. Sovilkar, young professional in this project.
Where?
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Rajaram Deshmukh sir to felicitate Mr. Anay V. Naik, young professionals in this project. Mr. Anay Naik, please.
Nitin Sawan gets a.
Next. I request Dr. Sawant sir to felicitate Priyanka B. Kumar, the young professional one in this project.
Next, what are Nitin Sawan sir?
Huh? Online. Priyanka is online, okay. I request Sawant sir to felicitate Kamlesh K. Ghate, administrative assistant in this project. I request Dr. Puri sir to felicitate Ms. Ishwari Mabdi, administrative assistant finance in this project. Nitin Chavan. Yeah.
Really, it's a wonderful whole day we have been experienced. Since morning, we see that our giant mentors at the age of 70 and 75 are looking young and still you can say the very happy faces. But I'm very unhappy to see the front, you can say the rows are there. We have given the permission to more than 400, you can say the faculties and the students over there. We will going to check the attendance and then we'll take some actions on that one. It is been sure from the director of research part, director of extension and director of education part. So it is not good enough that this is a pretty show we are showing in front of this, all the giant people are here. They are the stalwarts and we are not showing our commitment towards this education system. Thank you, sir, but for being here and you have given so much of time since the morning and we're going to complete the report with under the guidance of you. We're going to show you the final report and then only we can submit to the ICR as well as the Raj Bhavan, sir. Thank you once and all. And we're going to stand up for some national anthem, then we'll do close. And everybody then go to their own places where they have been residence has given and have food, nice food, and can live from here. with a very good, happy moments from all of us. And we wish you all a new, best, happy new year to all of you. Thank you very much.
जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगल जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय 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 हे
Thank you.
अरे माईक हे काढलेले होते ही कॉर्डलेट जोडलेले ना ते आपली माईक काढले हे जोडायला लागले
धरा नामे
सवय आम्ही येत नाही ना
हे सगळं काढायचं
मशीन स्पीकर ना
अरे समोर सातपुते जे घ्यायचं ते पटकन या ते चालेल वेबसाईटला जाणार आहे Ready, sir? Yes.
घेतला असेल गेली एक गाडी कोण म्हणतो तुला कुठे पेन पाहिजे पेन पाहिजे का उडवली मग 4-5 उडवली काय केलं घरी किती उडवले टाकून दिले म्हणून आता पुन्हा ठेवायला कंटाळा म्हणून तुला कुठं समोरच्या बंद केलं असतं चालते काय रे समोरची शटडाऊन कर समोर पाचशे राहू द्या पाचशेचा थोडा हो समोरच्या पण